glorious,
glorious, victorious,
glorious,
glorious, victorious,
glorious,
glorious, victorious. Hey! Wonderful, hey! Marvelous,
wonderful,
wonderful,
marvelous,
marvelous,
wonderful,
wonderful,
marvelous,
marvelous.
Stay there,
Wonderful,
3 long
so
days.
marvelous.
Stay there,
Wonderful,
3 long days.
marvelous.
Hello, my name is Mary Beth, and I'm looking for someone that loves the Lord like me. I love the Lord, so the man who matches with me, you have to love the Lord. And another thing also, you have to love nature. I love being outside in nature, and I love Lord. I pray in the morning, I pray.
Stop it. Get some help.
I don't feel soup, I need to get soup. Huh? Yeah. They're gonna be a Super Butter Bowl, son. Huh? Yeah! Look at it. Don't leave me lonely.
So if you can find love, if that man works, at whatever job and is a good man, yep, she makes most of the money. All I can pay is the light bill. As long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff. You've handled the light bill, baby. You can take me to dinner every now and then. That is fine.
Yeah.
Do you know before she wrote that book, do you know what we would say in the church about black women? We would say, hey, they could speak in tongues, but they can't speak to you, showing that they did not have the spirit of the Lord in them. Because if you got the spirit of the Lord in you, read Acts 2. Those people talk to each other. There's no way you're jumping up and down in church and you're supposed to be the great woman. The women in church are supposed to be the great women, and they the ones are the most ill-mannered and don't even talk and most evil.
Hello, my name is Mary Beth, and I'm looking for someone that loves the Lord like me. I love the Lord, so the man who matches with me, you have to love the Lord. And another thing also, you have to love nature. I love being outside in nature, and I love Lord. I pray in the morning, I pray.
Stop it. Get some help.
Amazing grace. I want people to sing with me too. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
Hey y'all, so today I'm making spaghetti and fish. For your fish, you're gonna start off, first step is get you a cast iron skillet, put it on the stove, and this is where I be making the spaghetti right there. I don't know if y'all can see. Okay, this is the ground beef, and this is my fish. I got both of these from Kroger. Explain it. Okay. Make sure it's fresh, golden like that. Or you could do this. It's getting hot. See that? But I want it hot. Yeah. That's how you want it. Okay. First 2 pieces out the grease. Going to my husband. That's how it's supposed to be. See that? It's hard. Fry hard.
But meanwhile, we're gonna fly away. Glad you're going my way. And I love it when we're cruising together. that motherfucking train.
Never let me go. There's a right and a wrong way to love somebody. I tried, I forgot. I did. They said I sung better than everybody on here, so they ain't like me. You know, when people hate on you, they try to take everything from you. I'm going to leave the house because I'm coming over there to see your woman when you leave to go to work, Dad. Your woman loves this, baby. She say, hey, Lady Renee, come through here. Make sure your beard is nice and fluffy. I put some grease on that. Grease. And I go right over. He meant it for my good. God meant it for my good. He brought me out without a doubt. I knew that he would. Now I know no defeat. I'm strong when I'm weak. My God gave me a song. Now I must move on. The devil meant it for bad, but I'm so glad God meant it for my good. Yes, he meant it for my good. I know no defeat. I'm strong when I'm weak. My God gave me a song. Now I must move on. The devil meant it for bad, but I'm so glad God meant it for my good. He meant it for my good. Boy, I'm telling you.
Let's do it all day long. I want to see that. Because we about to go out there and do what they want. Then give me my theme music. Give me my theme music. We told you we coming. We told you we coming. You thought we was joking. And guess what? We keep receipts. God bless you, America. Ooh, God is good. It's time!
Let's get it on.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Live, Single by Choices, brought to you by Carpet for the Horse Productions. It's Sunday night, Mr. Walker. How you feeling, brother?
Yes, sir. I am feeling fan freaking tastic per usual. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, El Nug Nugs and Le Bonquishas. Welcome to Cart Before the Horse, Single by Choices, in affiliation with the Bougie Negro Podcast, and also, as all you Negroes know, in association with Ain't No Fun Once the Rabbits Got the Gun Entertainment. What's going on with you this fine Sunday?
In the big name of Jesus, you hear me?
Welcome in, SBC Nation. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as you come into the room.
Yes, sir. Listen here. Whether you hit the like and subscribe button, the two things that cost you absolutely nothing, Come one, come all this fine November 9th, 2025. Me and Mr. X is very much still alive and feeling fine. Report to you drive chickens from this wonky, ever-changing dating market.
That part. So we are back. This is our first day back after the 35-day challenge. We had a few days off and we are back. And we got some new things going on. We're going to fill y'all in on our winter schedule. We got a new winter schedule following up after the challenge.
There we go. Yeah, stay around so we give y'all an update on our updated winter schedule. Speaking of updates and new things, shout out to Mr. X in that custom shirt, brother. I see you. See what you got going on now.
Appreciate you. And like I said, make sure y'all hitting the like button. That's the first thing. We can't do nothing till y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button.
Is that like it is an ongoing thing, but is that an ongoing joke? You know what I mean? Like y'all just won't hit the like, but y'all support. We got no complaints there, but y'all would not hit the like button. You know what I mean? It's like driving past somebody's house and giving the middle finger, but also like throwing $100, you know, out there, you know. It's just weird. Like, what? Come on, do what costs you nothing. It's free to be kind. Hit the like button.
Straight like that, straight like that, straight like that, straight.
So here we go. We're going to get into it. Shout out to Frederick Howard, gifting the membership.
Per usual, good brother Frederick.
Brother G Honda, he says, salute brothers, post 35-day stream. Much love and respect. Salute to y'all and your families. Blessings.
Shout out to the knock-knee tyrant. We see you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Say Christian word today.
And shout out to Stephen James, says, men, you ninjas again.
We back.
That part. And shout out to Cousin Walker, been a member for 19 months.
Shout out to cousin, the original cousin.
That part. And speaking of the members are going to start getting the most out of everything. So that's the first update. So before we even get going, we're going to gift out some memberships ourselves to the lovely people. But it's no better time to be a channel member and a Patreon member. Shout out to the Patreon. Shout out to all the channels. There's no better time.
Here you go. You better get on board. Listen here. Don't be a rose come lately coming for just to get yourself a free shirt. Yeah, you want to be a member and a member of the Patreon for exclusive updates, gifts, giveaways, etc., etc.
That part. So we just gifted 10 memberships to the channel. All right. Shout out to y'all. Make sure y'all re-up. Like we said, no better time than this winter to be a channel member.
Better get with it, Jav Turkeys.
And also shout out to Dre the Dream became a member.
Appreciate your brother Dre.
And
Money.
brother Steven come through gifting 5 memberships.
I see you, OG brother James. Appreciate you, man. Always supporting.
That part.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
So here we go. What was we saying here? Shout out to Kim Netter coming through.
Appreciate you, brother Kim Nat. It's good to see y'all, man. Missed y'all these last couple of days.
That part. So first thing first, like I said, the members are going to get the most. I see YouTube has been dropping new features, and we going to put them to the challenge tonight. So they telling us, hey, we got new features. Try this. We're going to see what it's hitting on.
Okay. Interesting. News to me. What you got up your sleeve, YouTube, huh?
And also, like I said, updates as far as our schedule. Where we at here? Sunday. So y'all, where we at? We go live 4 days a week. For y'all know, we don't go live every day. So we back to our 4-day-a-week schedule. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. All right. So today is what? Sunday?
Today's Sunday. Yep.
There we go. So today's Sunday. We are here at Single by Choices. Come Tuesday, the new schedule, we are at Truth Over Lies Tuesday.
Yeah! Boom, shakalaka!
So the new Tuesday schedule this winter, we will be over at Truth Over Lies. All right. That's the new slot for it as we come out of the challenge. And it'll probably be at a different time, a little bit earlier, but it's going to go a little later and it should be crazy.
I like that. I like that. There we go. That's easy for me to remember. Truth over Lies Tuesday. Truth Tuesdays. Roger that. So we got Single by Choice Sundays, Truth Tuesdays. Yeah, I like how that worked out. And then what we got? Thursday.
Yeah, so Thursday we'll be back over here at SBC. And then Saturday, as y'all know, the Regal Rumble. And with the Regal Rumble, we got some twists. All right, we got some new features we gonna work out on the Regal Rumble. So we got something new going on. Stay tuned. Make sure y'all here this Saturday. It should be interesting.
Here we go. As the political, dating, religious madness goes on. Shout out to the snap crisis. Listen here, we reporting all of it now. Shout out to SBC, Carpet Horse, Truth Over Lies Nation coming through and making Truth Over Lies a real thing. Now that we can have these conversations, y'all tend to like the channel, and we don't mind, trying to control the wild animals in the zoo. Y'all be wild.
That part. So that's the winter schedule. Tuesday, Truth Over Lies. Thursday, SBC. Saturday, Regal Rumble. Sunday, like today, back at SBC. But Sunday is for the members, like we say. There's going to be members appreciation on these Sundays.
There we go. Yeah, we got to listen here, guys, to make sure the members is getting some pinky extension value, huh? Look, got to be a little special, and we're going to provide it. I like it.
And not only the members, but the Patreon members. So Patreon, we'll be doing the Patreon live shows. The Patreon live will be the first and third Friday of each month. That's easy to remember. The first and third Friday. So every first and third Friday, we will be live at the Patreon. All right. And we will have exclusive content going on the Patreon. So you might want to sign up today.
There you go. Yeah, our exclusive video releases, took a little pause throughout our little 35-day challenge, but they ramping back up. We know what y'all want. Stay tuned.
That part. So that's the Patreon. For all the Patreon members, we appreciate y'all. We're about to be cooking up over there. Stay tuned.
There we go.
So here we go. Shout out to Merciful. He says, can we go back to $20 skips? Hit the like button.
I don't think we ever left the $20 skips.
Yeah, I don't know about 20 timeouts. Make sure you over at Truth Over Lies. You want to put people in timeout? That's where you want to be. Your 20 is strong over there.
You want to know why we only went up from 20 because they demanded it. Everything y'all see is because y'all requested it.
That part. And shout out to Brother Ray, been a member 18 months. Says shout out to my favorite duo on YouTube. Hit the like button.
Appreciate your Brother Ray. Thank you, sir.
And Keon says shout out to the Canes, SBC Nation. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday, Brother Keon.
And what's a king to a god? How you been, brother? Been a member 25 months. Says salute SBC in the chat.
Definitely a day one since day one. Ain't seen that name in a while. Good to see you, man.
So here we go. We're going to get into it. We got a jam-packed show. All right. Where we at here? Jam-packed show. The feature going to be crazy. You might want to join the membership today. All right. All right. We're going to be hinting that to y'all throughout the show.
Trying to help y'all, but that's all right. I know what's going to happen after the show. Then all of the memberships are rolling in. Here it comes. It's coming. Shout out to y'all. Y'all go get what y'all want.
So here we go. We're going to start over with Brother Trey. Trey been cooking up lately, starting a coup on the internet.
My spirit animal. Blessings to this brother. Protection, wisdom, protection. My goodness. He on the battlefields.
Here we go.
I like your afro. How do we get more black women to be like you with the afro?
There we go.
I mean, wait, what do you mean by that? Like,
Because, I see a lot of wigs, and I think black women's natural hair like yours is the most beautiful thing that they could wear.
thank you, but I wear wigs so it could get like this.
Oh, really? Explain that. I don't the math isn't math for me.
So wigs are protective style, and like that's how in general, black people's hair can get thick. Like the less we leave it alone, the more we just let it flourish and grow on its own. It's cool. So wigs.
Let's just stop for a minute. Let's just address the elephant in the room. Hair natural, granted. Fitness is there on 1,000. collarbones, all that. So most of the times when we see this, the woman blowed out, all that. It got to be a combination of things for it to all make sense.
And she ain't about to sit here and throw this wrench in the system. I don't like what she did. Excuse me. As Miss X just pointed out, she walking around looking like the poster child for fit, feminine, cooperative, and natural. And he said, "Oh, you are beautiful, natural. You know, wild girls wear wigs." She said, aha, gynecratic order, splinter cell here. She said, "I'll wear wigs too. I'll wear wigs so my hair could be like this." Okay, let's stop. Let's stop. Fair. I don't understand the process, but if if the majority of y'all sisters can say we are wearing our wigs so that someday our hair can blossom like a beautiful flower like this, we on board. But that ain't the case. Outlier.
It's like a way that we can look good, but still taking care of our hair.
So what is that style that is under the wig?
Cornrows, yeah.
So why not just, rock the
But
cornrows?
for me, I have a big head, so I don't really like how it looks on me.
Okay.
So I would just rather wigs or braids, honestly. Nice to meet you.
And what about braids with just natural hair, no type of fake hair at all?
It's tea. It's tea. We want to emphasize the artwork of braids and stuff, and even short braids is fire too. Like either way, it's a protective style. Like you gotta love it. It's dope and it's art. It's our history. So it doesn't matter if it's fake or not. It's fine.
That does make sense, but the fake hair actually damages your natural hair in the long run. Like if you constantly like weaving in fake hair all the time and like putting your hair under a wig, it doesn't do as much as your hair naturally could if that wasn't there.
But that's why we have oil and we wet our hair and we do treatments and stuff and deep condition with the braids too. So and we get the right hair. Don't get no crazy hair.
We're saying we. That's the problem, Mr. Walker. She need not be speaking for all women. All right, you're speaking for the minority. Most women ain't doing this. All right, rest in peace to the Godfather. But we doing this. We got oils and nah.
Thank you. Yeah, the wig and we wearing counterparts ain't singing that same song. They have said it countless times that it takes too much time and effort to do all these oils, serums, and salves in the morning. They ain't doing it. They want to shake and go. They just want to shake it and go. Ain't none of this. This is not the result for most of them. We said it. This is all about y'all damaging y'all hair. Y'all don't get it, man. Like, can't talk about it. Well, how do you present fresh face out the shower first thing in the morning? Y'all shouldn't be sleeping in y'all wigs. So we want to see y'all natural. What's the first thing we're gonna see? Is it gonna look like this? Where you got your natural hair look like something? Or are you gonna look like a Black Cynthia doll from Rugrats?
And the net of it, we are witnessing the need to be right. So instead of them agreeing to some of the stuff he's saying, they want to counter it. He's saying, don't do that because of this. Nah, you don't understand. I got oils and the need to be right. They ain't trying to listen.
And this is, again, holding up gynecratic order. This sister would be danged if she allowed traction and alopecia take hold of her scalp. She'd be danged if she get blowed out. But I guarantee you, it is some blowed out, malnourished traction alopecia sisters that's echoing in her ear, make her talk like this, man.
So if I were to pay you $1,000 every single month to wear a wig, but you can never wear your natural hair ever again, would you take the money?
No.
Why not?
I love my natural hair. And I love it when it's in wigs and braids or anything. Like, any type of way, it's beautiful. And no money can take that away from me. Or even if I do have braids or wigs in for a long time, like, it's still a bad bitch. Like, you feel me? Like, nothing's going to take that away from me.
I love the positivity. It was nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You have a nice... my name is Trey. Excuse me, what's the most beautiful thing about a Black woman? I like your hair. Your hair is nice.
What is it for?
It's for YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and all that. We can walk with you guys.
Busted.
If you don't want to answer, you don't have to.
Thing about a Black woman.
Yeah.
Her mind.
Her mind?
Yes.
Why do you say that?
Because I feel like we often have to battle ourselves a little bit. And I feel like our mind has a lot to do with why we haven't drowned ourselves. We killed ourselves yet.
So you guys have to battle yourself? Like, usually when people say that, they'll say they have to battle society or white people and stuff like that. But you think you have to battle yourself?
Yeah, because I have have a good sense of self to be able to combat others.
Oh, okay. So how can we get more black women to have a strong mind like you? Because it seems like you have a strong mind.
I think we all have strong minds, you know?
You think
we
so?
all sing, yes. I think we yes, I think we all sing.
And last question. It might be kind of a hard question to answer, but
Take that one, yeah.
Yeah, you think? Okay. Out of all the races, who has the best hair? I told you it was a hard question, so I see you tripped up a little bit.
I mean, my favorite would be black hair because I'm black.
I like that. Okay.
I really love.
Yeah, she black. She got the what is that on the back of her ear? Your tattoo. She natural, and her friend walk around with a damn bonnet, a leopard print bonnet. Like, how can y'all be such good friends?
They're not. Thank you. They're not. This is that girl thing. The sister in the black. Look at her, man. That's respectable. That's some 4C hair for your tail. But it's taken care of. I listen here. I know I'll speak for these ninjas, but for whatever it's worth, an old cantankerous married man like Mr. Walker, that's all right. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I think it looks nice compared to the other. Her bonnet friend, she wouldn't dare walk around with a bonnet and a loose white tank top. She would never, but she allowed her friend to do it. And they're not friends. They just under the gynocratic order.
Yeah, I would say a woman, for her walking around with her, that's the equivalent, to me, walking around with a man sagging his pants down to his knees. You know what I mean? And we just walking around. It don't make sense.
It couldn't.
Wouldn't happen.
No, it would be addressed. And we had a conversation. If it shouldn't be much, just saying, not at this damn age, but yeah, at this age, yeah, we done did it. Done been there. In college, pull your pants up. We done been through it. Heck yeah, it's over. That ignorance is done.
Like Southeast Asian hair, I think it's really luscious and voluminous and beautiful.
Southeast Asian, like what does that look like if you can describe it?
It's usually just really thick, long, curly. Yeah.
Long, thick, and curly. Okay. So a lot of black women I ask, they say that black women have the most beautiful hair, but then they wear like other races' hair. Why do you think that is?
I feel like this is a trap question.
You think so?
I'm concerned about your intentions with this video. What do you mean by that?
Well, my intentions are, so I love natural hair. Okay. So I try to promote it in any way I can, right. But these questions are more entertaining to the viewers. Right. So I'm just trying to see why black women make the choices that they do when they put on another woman's hair.
Okay. Well, that's not. I wouldn't say that it's another woman's hair.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's another race's hair. If black women invented it, because white women didn't invent wigs at all. And also, if we're going to talk about why they feel they need to put on, it's actually that's because of societal pressures making them doing things like literally creating laws saying that your natural hair is unprofessional in the workplace and not allowed in the workplace. So. Yeah, that's not really a fair way to put that.
The reason why I do say white women's hair or Asian women's hair is because there are wigs that are directly made from their actual hair that comes out their scalp. So I'm trying to see, why would you feel the need to put on like somebody else's hair on your scalp?
My question to you is why you're asking me that when you see I don't have that on. I'm not going to speak for why another black woman does whatever she does, because I believe black women have the right to do whatever they please with their hair.
Maybe the right answer to this is just because we feel like it.
Because we feel like it.
I feel like it. Like I could wake up one day and want to put on a wig. I could wake up and put in braids. I could do whatever I want because it's my hair.
What makes you get that feeling?
Execute Order 66.
Yeah. This little animaniac, look at her, walk around with a damn bonnet on. This is Order 66. She said, I don't know why you asking me, because I wear my natural hair. And she said, I really don't care. Black women can do whatever the hell we want. We are mother goddess. Don't you understand? Everything on this earth came from a black woman. Ninja, don't you get it?
Hubris, pride, ego, all comes before the great fall. Yeah, we acknowledge it. Shout out to Truth Over Lies. Yeah. Black woman's teat has fed this whole nation. Black, white, other, whatever. Acknowledged. But look how far you have fallen because of your damn hubris. She stated we as black women can do whatever we want. What other human thinks that to be true? Like, what other race, gender, or other things that's to be true? I know I can't do whatever I want. What power do you possess to be able to say, I can do whatever I want? I could dress how I want. I could talk how I want. I could present how I want. And you better not treat me in the way I deem undesirable. What a power.
Because some like when I want to eat, it's because I'm hungry. But when you put on a wig, what is that feeling that makes you want to? Because I feel like it, you know.
Because I feel like it.
Because you feel like it.
It's really just one of those things where this question is kind of in bad faith. It's in bad faith.
Okay.
It's in very bad faith.
Yeah, it's just
Very
like
bad
if
faith.
Yes.
it just doesn't feel
Yeah,
like
it feels like you're trying to get us to either throw other black women under the bus.
They say I'm trying to get them to throw other black women under the bus, but really I'm just trying to get to the truth. But it does seem like a lot of black women that I interview are allergic to the truth.
Because I don't wear wigs, but I'm never going to down a black woman who wears a wig because that has nothing to do with me, and they look great. They all look great, actually. I think they're all beautiful.
Well, I mean, it's not in bad faith, because I mean, if you ask me why do black men get spray tan lineups, I would just tell you because they're.
I wouldn't ask you that. Yeah, that's I don't.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but it's not from a bad faith. I'm just trying to see like the intentions on it, you know.
But I think that if you start a question with why do black women, I think your question is already framed
Flawed.
already flawed.
Already flawed.
Yeah.
because black women are also not the only race that wear wigs.
Really?
And also white women get cornrows. Like
There's lots of things. You ask a white woman why she feel like she should get box braids. I feel like
Thank you for watching.
Yeah, they just want to keep moving the goal line. This woman walked around with a bonnet and a white beater and some hoop shorts. We can't do this, man. I don't care where you at. Oh, she ain't college. She just, no, presentable. We're Ashley Dalton when you need her.
Thank you. There's no need to walk around like this. Like, yeah, look, come on, man. Desire outcomes. Kev said it best. Kev really drove it home for me. Seriously, you present the world with your best self and you get desired outcome or not. Or the freak, not who cares. And they don't care. They sitting up here talking about it. They do what they want. They wear what they want. Sisters, your melanated male counterpart is telling you that most of y'all wigs we don't like. And it's having an effect on y'all relationship and marriage rate. When are y'all gonna start listening? It's over, huh? I keep forgetting it's over. I done got a little optimistic this little 2-day break. I forgot it's over for y'all.
And shout out to Merciful, became a member.
Appreciate your brother Merciful.
And Dee Dee, standing on business, says, we back, man, and we missed y'all.
We back.
Oh my!
Money, 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 money.
Shout out to Sister Oshika, come through gifting 5 memberships.
Always coming through. Appreciate you, Oshika.
Strong like that, straight like that, straight like that, straight. Strong like that.
And shout out to Mr. Gino. He says with the 5-ball, African head wraps are so beautiful. I will never understand a bonnet.
But then you got to do that. You got to wrap it. There's a technique. That's still going to take maybe 5 minutes. That bonnet it's installed in 2 seconds.
Yeah, so it's this sub. We're going to drop her in 2 seconds.
The passengers of the doomed Titanic sub spent their last moments in total darkness looking for bioluminescent creatures out of the small window and listening to their favorite music. The new details of the 5 passengers' final moments have been revealed by the wife and mum of the father-son duo.
wade in the water, diamond wade in the water. Something's gonna trouble the water. You better wade in the water. Yeah, man.
Oh man, back to G Honda's favorite segment, word of the day. Word of the day, bromide. Bromide is a statement intended to make someone feel happier or calmer, but too dull and unoriginal to be effective. Bromide. Shout out to our little knock-knee delirium series doing our 35-day little challenge there. There's still a little bit of meat on the bones. That's done, but there's still a little bit of remnants of delirium here. By now, the townspeople were well aware of G Honda's mental state. His pathetic display of a delirious knock-kneed existence turned their hatred towards him into empty sympathy. Instead of hurling hateful profanities at him, passers-by have begun to spew unsolicited bromides at him in an attempt to cheer him up. He vows to crash completely out if one more person tells him that time heals all wounds. He feels as if they could never even begin to fathom his internal torment in their darkest of nightmares. They might as well keep their weightless, kind words to themselves. Hashtag Knock Need Incel Delirium series. There we go. Like I said, still a little bit of meat on the bones there. We're going to get all the knock need meat off these bones, Yonda.
God damn. It's unfortunate. And shout out to Tony. Says Mr. Walker's stylist found Christ. Now his feet fit. Now his tees fit.
Welcome back, Tony. It's been a while since you insulted me, you chump.
Shout out to the brother Tall. Come through with a 20 ball sponsoring the show. He says, ain't nobody missed you, mother effers.
A bull jive. A bull jive.
You a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
Here we go. We gonna keep it moving. We got a crazy one here. We over at Ashley. Hold on to your seats.
Neferatu.
Hey.
Hi, welcome in.
I've been waiting.
Do you consent to be on a live and potentially all platforms?
Yes, I do.
Alrighty, what brings you up?
Okay, I'm new to your live and your page. So hello. Sorry. I'm currently, well, I'm not gonna say my age, but I'm in an age gap relationship. Sorry, that's my son. Wait a minute. I'm in an age gap relationship, and my man is 74. And okay. Here, sit right here. My man is 74, and I just want to know, because we recently went viral for a video, and I got a lot of rude comments about my appearance.
A 46-year age gap. I'm 74 years old.
I'm 28.
People are gonna judge. That's their business. But the thing I noticed, women get jealous. When a woman sees an older man with a younger woman, women get jealous because they feel like I should be with them. The men go, yay, yay. Yeah, the guys are different. The guys be like, you go, man. Lucky you. The older women.
Holy hell. Here we go. There's a couple sides to this coin. On one hand, you 74, uncle, I'm gonna show you some grace. You got your 28-year-old, but she a baby mama. But I guess she 28, you you having fun. Y'all clearly don't live together, so this is like some kind of fling.
I don't see a daggone thing wrong. The dots connect perfectly. Yeah, we talk about this. Have y'all forgotten? Huh? We would see sister up here. Typically, she's in her 30s. She's 28. Call her Churdy. All right. And she got a kid or two. We don't know how many kids she got. And we tell her, you want to get married? Your man is older. So let's stop. She ain't getting married. This ain't marriage. She is getting some non-sexual and sexual attention of a well-off silver fox. She got herself a silver fox. They winning. He winning. She winning. He skeeting. It's all good.
Women, and I'm not saying this to pet myself, but they think I'm a very handsome man.
Women will deliberately speak to him and ignore me, I guess because they think he's out at the mall with his daughter. Sometimes it makes me feel, am I doing, the right thing? I feel like they might think that I'm, just here for his money. I would like to tell the people that think that I'm a gold digger that he would be the gold digger, because I'm the gold. I'm not a gold digger. I don't have those type of intuitions. I really like him for who he is and not for what he gives and what he has.
My friends, they'll say, oh, she's going to take you for this, she's going to take you for that. Or what would you do if, she wanted to be with someone younger? And I just tell them, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, if it happens. But right now, things are fine with us and we're good. This is what I told my son. I said, if I die, put me in the casket like this. And he said, why, Dad? I said, so when everybody walks by me, they can fist bump me and say, that man has fun. I see so many guys my age and they're miserable. Not me. I'm still a young kid.
Okay. Okay, so and people were saying that I looked 40, 50, 60, and sometimes I even got a comment that said I looked 80.
Now, Shay, girl, if you don't ignore them people.
Listen here. So this is terrible, brother. I don't like it. If this was my daddy, I'd be like, look, I don't know about this young harlot, but I guess he can't get her pregnant. I'll be worried about the finances, obviously. Yeah, we would have to have some control over what Bonquisha is extracting. All right, and what she entitled to after you gone. Don't get finessed by a harlot.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. You know, he can get her pregnant physically, it's possible. And that's when it falls apart. Like, he acting like he just having fun. He lighthearted. He like, look, if she wanted to leave me for a young whippersnapper down the road, he said, we'll cross that bridge once we get there. That sounds very player. It does. But at the same time, you hear how she's talking. This ain't what he making it sound like. She said, I'm the gold. If they had a real understanding, she should have never opened her mouth up to say that. She shouldn't have. She don't appreciate the experience this old Silver Fox is giving her with his simping self. Ninja, he got the game messed up.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, it's a small possibility. He got a couple swimmers left, but I mean, Unc, don't do it, Unc. My God.
Yeah, definitely got,
She like, I'm not a gold digger. I'm not here for his money.
You a lie, and the truth ain't in you.
That lie, you can tell how you want, but then she said she's the gold. That was problematic. Why would you say that?
Okay, so I really got like down on myself because I was like, do I look older than what I am? Because I'm 28. And so I was like, is it something about my appearance that people are, seeing? And, because
I would say it's not. I think when people say you look older, right? It's not always your looks. It can also be your energy. You feel grown to me, like mature.
Yeah,
You know?
I am.
Yeah, like you don't give, I could play games with her. You're gonna be like, exactly. So that can read a bit older. It's not always your face or your look per se.
Okay. So then I had another question. I was wondering, I don't know if you have lip filler. I'm not going to assume, but I've been looking into it, and I was wondering if you think that that's something that I could look into, because I'm kind of like insecure when I smile. So when I smile, my top lip disappears. So
I mean, I didn't notice it, Shay. I didn't notice your top lip disappearing. I didn't notice your lips being smaller. I didn't notice that.
Okay, and then
I think it's just you being in your head. If I'm being honest, you're probably just picking at yourself now. But I didn't notice that.
I think I am, because of the rude comments that I just got. So I've never received such rude comments in my life ever before.
Why would you be worried? You sitting here acting like you're on cloud 9. You got this sugar daddy. Why would you be concerned with a comment section or anything? You is living a good life, but you ain't, because y'all don't live together. You got this bastard kid, and he probably taking you out on the weekends and having his way. And he said, I'll see you next weekend.
And sisters, if y'all got to worry about such superficial things, y'all are in the wrong lane. You are in a superficial lane of life. And nothing about you is deeper meaningful. Your whole life is superficial. Hence your wonky dynamic of your age gap dating situation. Yeah, she talking about my lip disappear. Relax. Stop. Y'all need to stop. What is it? Confidence is attractive. Insecurity, it gives folks the ick. Women, y'all know that. And men too, like, don't stop that. If you say you're worried about your lip disappearing, your God-given lip, again, you're in the wrong lane.
And shout out to Divine, says it balances itself out. He's going to be using her for hunching. She's using him for life insurance. Sadly, the older generation are suckers.
I see you, brother Divine. I see you.
Yeah, that's why I said, whoever his son is, he need to be like, look, because he probably a little bit older than her, or probably much older. His son probably like 50-something. He probably want to smash. It's wicked.
I just realized Big Unc out of bounds. He stated that even his friends told him that she trying to use him. Yeah, no, see, you don't do that. When your group of trusted friends say they can't, he stated it. I told you I got an uncle like this. He want this. He begging for this pain. Let him have it.
Until we came out with this age gap, relationship video and everything. So,
but my question to you is, if you're happy in your relationship and he's doing everything he needs to do, why do you care what people think?
I don't. That's the problem. It was just like shocking, rather, because I've never received such criticism ever in my life about my looks. And for people to say that I look 40 years old, and then it became like a tired joke after a while. It was just like getting more and more and more and more. And I'm just like, okay, is my man aging me?
Well, I think I'm gonna say this. Like, this can be true. If you hang out with an older crowd, I'm not saying a man, sometimes they can rub off. If you hang out with younger people, their habits will rub off, right?
Yeah.
So I do think that's the thing, but I think you need to get out of your head. I think you're
Listen, y'all hear the little crump snatcher in the back. One thing we know for a fact, this is strictly hunching. Paul is never around the kid. He might finance the kid. He'll buy some shoes, whatever he needs, Pampers. He don't want nothing to do with it, the responsibility. This dude might be married. Who knows? I doubt if he married. He all on social media, but he definitely got other women. So here we are.
And maybe it's just my respect for my elders, man. Paul got a boat. I see a brother with a boat, he all suave. Man, I would have to think that he can't be this dumb and have acquired what he has acquired. You know what I mean? Like I gotta think he got some sense. Like you said, Mr. X, he keeping it light, so it appears. He ain't run that nugget. He ain't got time for a nugget to be getting ketchup on his Gucci boat shoes. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. No, he said, let me know when you got a babysitter and we can chill. That's all he say. He don't care about that nugget.
That part. So here we go. I say he's 74. Can't throw no shade. I mean, 74, you can pull a 28-year-old. She ain't bad looking, especially for Paul. It's most men, 40, 50-year-old can't pull 20-something-year-old. So he like, look, I'm OG Paul.
And look, he got the right one. Like, respectfully, she already got a kid. She out here hunching. She's superficial. She doing tricks. Yeah, she trying to turn Paul out. Like he said, he having a good time.
It's too far in your head. If you love your man's doing everything he needs to do for you. These are single people. They're miserable. They don't got a man. They can't sprinkle, honey. So I would not be worried about them.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Miss Ashley. I gotta go.
Bye. Have a good night.
You too.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about what people on the internet saying. Who cares? It really doesn't matter. If you're happy, then it really doesn't matter. It's probably single people coming from.
That's some bull job, Ashley. For you, like you say, I get it. It's just all about the bag. At no point do people have any responsibility, I guess. Like, look, I get it. You supposed to be 60, allegedly. She old enough to be your granddaughter. I would hope you have some better sound advice. But she like, go ahead. Knowing this ain't going to serve her in the long run. In the long run. All right, that's what we talk about. How is this going to serve her? It ain't.
It's not. She posted the video for clout and local fame and notoriety. That's it. And in the long run, Mr. X, it's gonna draw a wedge in what they got, because now, come on, man, ain't nothing here. All of these young Thundercats gonna be coming, trying to get her cheeks, and all of the old Cougars and Pumas gonna come out the woodworks trying to throw that old snap on Pat. They're gonna draw a wedge. That's what they do. Agents of chaos. Anybody in a relationship and you value it, beware.
And shout out to Didi. Says that sound you hear is Kendra head exploding.
Kendra, is that you?
And Black Unity says this chick is goofy. And in my mind, he says I'm in my mid-40s and her immaturity is a turnoff to me. I can't see how he puts up with her for more than a good time.
That's all he is putting up for, brother Black Unity.
Well, he said it himself. He said most men his age are miserable. He said he's still a kid. Words mean things. So He referred to himself as a kid.
There we go. You seen him. Put me in the casket like this.
So for that, Blaze Galaxy.
For sure.
We got us the gun line.
Tell them about the gun line, boss.
We may not know which way to go.
Oh Lord, see this shit is gonna be dangerous. Some dark winged duck shit. Let's get dangerous. I play the fool for the fool. Everybody plays the fool sometime. And no exception to the rule. Listen, baby, you hear me? I played the fool for a fool.
Water found his level. She talking about, she worried about her top lip disappearing when she smiled. He wanted to be put in this casket with his hands like a damn bunny rabbit. Water found his level. That's all. We all need to calm down.
That part. I see Divine dropped her TikTok here. Well, we'll take a quick look.
Ooh, shout out to Brother Divine. It's to slip my mind. Our IG Snoops. Appreciate you, Brother Divine. That always makes it a little bit more interesting.
I'm feeling the strong.
Oh,
I mean, come on, Paw. Hey, he taking her on vacation. Yeah, what are you gonna do with a man 40 years older than you? She says, us travel and love living life.
Yeah. She 28. I get the allure. Look.
He's 74. She talking about 40 years. That's damn near 50. That's damn near 50 years.
No, Paul said, what you talking about, man?
So for everybody out there, clearly the pole outlasts the hole because Paul's still putting it down.
I love it. I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. He goofy.
Paul.
Look, listen here. Paul got his blue chew, his orange, blue pills. He got everything. Honey packs, all that.
She said when they are out, young women women hitting on him. They think this is his daughter, and they be walking up hitting on him. And she be like, "Whoa,
that's my man." Making them. He winning. I ain't got much to say. That's a win. 40 by almost 50 years his junior. Look, she's probably she doing stunts and tricks in the bedroom. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, he can't lose. Yeah,
Pop like
he got her in the gym. Paw ain't playing.
And what did it take? Come on, what did it take for Paw to land him something that a man her age would seem desirable? She had already come with a kid.
Look, he TikToking. And a lot of people will say, all right, yeah, there you go. She got a kid. More than likely by Nug Nug. Nug Nug got the freshest squeeze, but Paw, listen, like I said, don't sign over no documents. Keep it light, keep it fun, keep it cool.
Look at that. What's she supposed to be, a bird? He feeling like a bird. Goofiness. Yeah, like he enjoying life. Papa might be on a revenge tour himself.
Yeah, look, she undergrad. Paw probably putting her through school. Listen here, she can't. She said, "I ain't no gold digger." He putting her through school. He paying for her son. I mean, hey, I guess like Divine said, they both getting something.
Yeah, she showed off a little ring she got. Listen, I got no objections. This works.
Took her to the My man took me to the Breezy Bowl in Las Vegas. Y'all know how much them tickets was, and they had to fly there. He is dropping bags. Bags on bags. He got a.
See, this is when. See, she putting it on Paw. I get it, Paw.
Just don't catch no black pill on one of these vacations. That'd be devastating. Paw done pass out somewhere, and some young whippersnapper got your old lady somewhere in the huck-a-buck.
You see what I'm saying? That's always, that ain't you don't do Paw like that. Yeah, don't let him walk in on that. That's pure devastation. Pure devastation. Yeah, they in love. Shoot. You muted me.
I said, that's Paul. Listen here. Look, he taking her to exclusive places all over. She said, all we do is travel and hunch.
Look, here's the thing. Like, shout out to me, the man. He talks about this. Now, if this was Paul's lifestyle, even when he's single, if he retired, he got his boat. I would have to imagine this a retired man. He didn't got his portion of the King's Gold. He like, I'm going to these places, whether she was coming or not. Now it makes more sense. I ain't trying to hate on the woman because I almost feel like I'm hating on her, but I feel like if you go out your way, see, my feelings is involved. I
just dropped the question in the chat. So we say, is Paul a simp? We asking y'all, is he a simp? All right, the poll is out there. Go vote. We're gonna shut it down about 30 seconds. Is Paul a simp?
What would make him a simp? All right, we can't just be throwing out loosely. What would make him a simp? Sympathetic to a 304's needs.
Turks
Can
and
he do
Caicos.
better? They in Turks and Caicos. God, I'm
1 year anniversary.
1 year. I'm not mad at it. We can't be hypocrites, man. We talk about Paul age gap date, and we talk about it. Yo, we used to joke about it all the time. Yo, man, 65. Yo, man, 70. Now here she is, and we cannot be hypocrites. This he winning, she winning. Yeah, you know. So what's the concern? I know my concern is something happening where he got to fork over a portion of his fortune, and maybe he got kids. Then that should belong to them. Excuse me.
So there we go. Like I said, the poll is out. We about to shut it down.
Got the itch, creamy crack. Oh, you out of control. Yeah,
some of y'all want to take y'all answer back on that chat now.
See, no,
how do I rescind? This ninja out here twerking. I don't know, man.
No, that would. Come on, God dang it!
Yeah, with the kid. Oh, listen, some of y'all right now want to take y'all answers back. I've been reserving myself. Yeah.
Look at little Nuglet. They gonna take me out.
This is rough.
It's too much developing so fast. See, they play too much. He said it. He a big kid. Well, so be it. Y'all playing and joking and playing. I get it. Here we go. What's the X factor here?
They talk about repost the poll. It's too late. Right now, we have 53% yes. All right. About 87 people have voted. We have 53% yes, he is a simp. 47% says no, he is not a simp.
Can he do better? Well, it all depends on what y'all seen that ninja twerking. Yeah, all bets is off. He can't do no better. Yeah, no, you probably DD, it's over. It's over. He's out there twerking. Yeah, that's unforgivable. You ain't allowed to twerk as a man. I don't care how drunk you think you is. I don't care where you at. I don't care what beat you on. I don't care. What you doing that for? What you trying to be?
Oh, here we go. We're gonna shut it down. We're gonna shut the poll down. Where we at here? We got 96 votes. 54% says yes, Paul is a simp, which is lower than I thought. Well, some of y'all want to change. I guess if we'd have put it back out, it'd be like 90%. Too late though. Those are the real numbers.
There you go. I like that. Shout out to the tainted polls.
Here we go. We gonna keep it moving. The real book says, salute SBC Nation. We is somebody. Hit the like button.
We is somebody. We is special. Appreciate Real Books.
Yeah! Boom, so here we go. You know what? I don't fault that woman. The majority of these women would trade places with her in a heartbeat.
Facts.
The hardest thing about being a parent is when you go outside and you ain't got no money. And my kids talking about they hungry, so now we gotta go back in the house. Cause mommy ain't got no money. I'm gonna have some soon though. I got some opportunities coming up. I actually don't want to talk about them too much because I don't want to fucking jinx it. But yeah.
One thing we know, Bonquisha down bad. Struggles of being a single mother and broke. All right. We know EBT. We're going to touch on that here a little later. It's all bad out here. All bad. So 74-year-old men are up.
Y'all are surprised that you are broken as a single mother. We kept trying to tell y'all, for us logical folks, soon as you say single mom, any terrible statement after that is easily believable, sister. This y'all that are surprised. I'm a single mom and I'm broken and struggling. Can you believe it? Yes, you are a single mom. The world was never set up for a single mom to be successful. Here we are.
That part. And shout out to B. Wyatt. Says, how much y'all want to bet her friends are plotting on the OG?
Ooh. Probable.
And all they want is some fucking McDonald's. I ain't even got McDonald's money, baby. I'm glad that they don't have like full temper tantrums and shit like that.
That's pathetic.
Okay, come on, let's go home so we can eat. Yeah. But it's going to be okay. I don't like that this filter make my teeth look more yellow than what the fuck they is, but hey. Run this bitch up so a bitch can get a whole new face at this point. Fuck the face. I just need these braces gone, a new motherfucking porcelain whites in this motherfucker.
Run this up. That's all they want to do. Shout out to Peach. Everybody want to go viral. Run it up. They will put their most humiliating stuff online. And a lot of these people ain't making no money. They don't know how to get to it. That's why Peach can do these classes. And there will be 1,000 people sign up. And Peach be like, look, I got this class just for $3. Peach be playing with y'all. $3. $6. She be doing these weird classes. $4. And she get 1,000 people sign up that fast. That's $4,000. Peach might, and she'll do like webinars where she teaching these women how to do content for the low.
I'm not mad at it. Peach is paying the price for that. Yeah, we seen it. She absolute train wreck. And it ain't getting no better again. A little bit of temporary short-term success at what long-term cost? Run it up. Excuse me, I got something in my throat. You're not going to run it up with your poverty streaming. That's run it up. Describe run it up. What is up? What we talking about as far as what you're bringing in a month? Because y'all get on my nerves. They'd be up here bringing in $1,200 a month doing nonstop content on the TikTok talking about run up a bag. Shut up.
But yeah, I think that's the hardest thing about being a parent. It's when your kids ask for something and you're not able to fucking deliver. But I get my food stamps tomorrow. I told him I was going to do like a picnic, so we're going to come out here and have a picnic. And yeah, yep. Not being able to get the McDonald's is definitely it's hard. And I could just text that father or text his father and see if he, you know. But I ain't gonna lie. I feel like if you can go without talking to your kid and don't really give a fuck about their well-being and you don't really send no help or nothing, who the fuck am I to ask? Cause you shit, I ain't gotta ask. They ain't gotta ask me. Come on, baby, so he can eat. Come on, we can come back.
Pride, ego, the ego, the pride, the hubris. A closed mouth don't get fed. You ain't in position to think you gonna alienate children. Some of y'all women need to be reaching out to these men as much as possible. All right, maybe y'all have done things in the past to where he don't want to reach out because it hasn't been pleasant. And she said, well, if you ain't reaching out, I could. He said, I could do it. And he would bring McDonald's. But I shan't not let him know how down bad I am.
Again, sisters, if you done had a child with a man and after y'all got done hunching for the baby's born, he threw a plan B at you. You know what I mean? If he actually, he hinted towards you not bringing that thing to term and you still did it, you should not come up here on Beyonce's internet talking about how he won't do nothing whenever these ninjas be letting y'all know either directly or slightly indirectly that they not about to be no father. Y'all get on my nerves, man. We got cousins and relatives and sisters. We know how this happens. Y'all don't sit down and say, hey, Let's bring a bundle of joy into this world and rear it up so it can be a, you know, an outstanding citizen. No, these babies be subsequent results of weenie meeting vagini. And now you want this ninja to play daddy. Good luck.
So I just got done crying because
Hush.
it feels very impossible to be a single mom with no support and to try to level up your life. So I am in my last semester, or really last portion of my graduate degree, to become a clinical mental health therapist. And we have to do like these mandatory client faculty or faculty meetings like 2 hours a week, like mandatory, right? So last week I chose 5 to 7 because it made sense.
Man,
Fuck is you talking about?
this is ridiculous. Struggles of trying to survive while working towards my future. She's trying to go to school to be a clinical therapist, but yet she's a single mom. He's blowed out, obese, all these things. Who can you possibly give advice to? People beneath you, I guess.
Yeah, you see them. Yes. And you know, it's a shame, Mr. X. It's unfortunate. Shout out to some of our sisters that are trying to go to therapists. But it's unfortunate that a lot of y'all, too many, are going to therapists like this. How's she gonna help you if she need help herself? She a single mom out here. Go look at her. Stop the bull crap. Who we are on the inside is to some degree reflected on the outside, man. Plain and simple. I can't trust nothing you saying. I'm looking at you. How much discipline can you have? I don't believe you.
5 to 7, my kids will be in daycare till 6:30, so I'll only have like 30 minutes of undistracted time, maybe 45, to incorporate driving. So my last week was the first class, so my second class is coming up this Thursday, and I get an email from the teacher pretty much saying that you can't be driving, you can't have any distractions while you are at home. And I'm just thinking, like, how am I supposed to be on camera for 2 straight hours? No, not having to use the bathroom, not even checking on my kids. How am I supposed to complete this program with that stipulation? And I just straight up emailed them, and I pretty much emailed my teacher and my faculty.
And what you say? You DEI. Bonquisha, what the hell happened to DEI? I got to check on my kids. What the hell wrong with y'all? I got babies. I got to drop a deuce. I got to go make a sandwich. I can't just sit here for 2 hours. Are you crazy?
2 hours. I'm so happy she gave us 2 hours. She said, how am I supposed to hold my bodily functions for more than 2 hours? That's a terrible, terrible, lame excuse. All the years I played football, very seldom, only when I had some stomach issues, never had to go to the bathroom in the middle of practice or a game. Well over 2 hours. And much more stress than sitting there sipping your coffee and your Starbucks. That's why you're drinking that Starbucks and it's running through you. There you go. Got the coffee squirts.
And I told them about the fact that this is a program that I chose to have more accommodations for, it's an online program. And I also said this is for privileged people, because this whole program is, and it's not only single moms versus, other people who aren't single moms. It's people that are trying to get ahead, period. Like, you have to do these internship hours, which kind of damn near make it impossible to work. And I've been in marketing, as you guys know, and I'm trying to get my degree to switch career fields to be a therapist. And I am literally in the last stretch. I graduate in November. So I'm like, this is a whole barrier that is just above me. Like I had a breakdown because I just feel like it's hard to find a job in marketing. And I know it won't be hard to find a job as a therapist. However, in order to get to being a therapist, I have to damn near act like I have no kids. Damn near act like I'm an undergraduate without kids. Like, it's just impossible. So I'm feeling defeated. I have no positive message right now, but I just wanted to vent because I am feeling the pressure of trying to better my life as a single mom with no support. And yeah, it's tough out here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have yet another poster child as to why you don't want to be a single mom. It's not the constant victims. You don't want to do it. You rarely see women come up here, single moms, with stories of triumph or anything great. It's always terrible.
She up here, she stated that she feels as if these programs to become a psychiatrist, whatever, she said these are programs set up for the privileged. She said you got to be privileged in order to go through these programs because she don't qualify. No, you ain't got to be privileged. You don't have to present like you don't have any kids. Another one of her complaints, I gotta act like I ain't got no kids. No, you have to act like you got some structure in your life. It don't matter how many kids you got. Have some structure. Have some foundation. They expecting this woman to come here who trying to help other people fix their thoughts. They expect you to have all your thoughts in life in some order. You're supposed to come on there, say, hey, my name is Bonquisha, hey, I got 2-3 kids, that's my husband in the background, Yeah, but you can't say that.
I'm literally living on faith of a mustard seed right now because I don't know what the hell is going on in my life. First, I had a good job. I was happy. I was making my bills on time. Now I go to moving in a new place, finally having my own room after 3 years of staring room with my kids. And now, baby, I can barely pay the
Hair to the no, to the no, hair to the no.
What we doing? We got sketty, leftover sketty, and some old strawberries that are mushy, non-firm. I mean, come on, what spaghetti and strawberries is diabolical.
Them was frozen strawberries and she thawed them out. Yeah, I hope not. This is diabolical. Ain't nothing on this plate. Like American strawberries, I swear they're like 30% pesticide. Like ain't nothing to them. It's disgusting. We got a strawberry tree. Yeah, you taste a real strawberry and you're like, wow, we gotta stop eating this crap. And then that sketty, it's got that dark tint to it, like it's been aged in that refrigerator for a week and a half. It's got extra flavor.
bills because I ain't been able to work in 3 weeks. And when I tell y'all that is so stressful, it's stressful getting on the internet telling y'all that. But I want to show y'all that this is really what be happening in life. Like shit really be happening in people's life. I'm literally living on.
Hold on. So we got pineapples and spaghetti and strawberries. You should have put the pineapples in the blender and made some damn smoothies. All right. You should have made some smoothies and get some garlic bread for them babies. All right. Come on now. That sketty, you need more noodles. It's too much meat and sauce to noodle ratio. You need more noodle in there. It's all bad.
There you go. There you go, Miss X. A little bit of milk, a little bit of sugar. You know you got some damn sugar in that house. And then make a nice little fruit smoothie. Now you talking, Miss X, because that right there, that's pure poverty. Like, I get it. Like, she feeding the baby something. But just for those out there don't know, there's very little nutrition on this plate. A lot of acids.
Yeah, this is rough. So she done whipped them up something. Like I said, they got to eat. The babies is eating. I guess it's better than raviolios,
It's debatable.
Billy's be hitting off over here love. And I'm literally over here trying not to have a mental breakdown. So if you got a single mama, y'all need to check on them, because baby, we be struggling, especially in the summertime. That's when these summer billies be hitting the hardest and our pockets be the lowest. But one thing I'm gonna do is keep showing up for these kids. I know that eventually God is gonna make a way.
Thank you, Jesus, for our food. Nurture our bodies. Amen.
Hell.
God, Jesus. Here we are, man. The church done sold y'all so far up the river. It ain't even funny at this point.
I'm trying to tell y'all, look deeper, man. Look deeper. We was all sold this bad bill of goods. I grew up in the church. I know what I know. I don't know everything, but I know a little something. You understand? Yeah, y'all gotta find something more real to cling on to. Shout out to Muhammad Ali. What'd he say? If the God you serve ain't working, find another one. All right, don't shoot the messenger.
You have given the best version of yourself, the best that you can be to somebody, and they take that, ball it up, throw it in the trash, spit on, and take a on you. It's been 3 years. I still find myself crying, wanting to know why. Why don't you want, or why didn't you want a family with me? I know, I'm gonna say go to therapy, girl, and talk. I have been doing the work, but I still find myself wanting that question to be answered. And honestly, I know that it does not mean anything, because the person treated me so badly that there is no going back. Like, there's no going back. And it also eats up at me, because I've always wanted my own family, and I can't even go back if I wanted to, because that would be crazy for me to do that. But I still want to know why. When you have given the best version of yourself, the best that you can be to somebody, and they take that, ball it up, throw it in the trash, spit on, and take a
Oh my God. Listen, this is the majority of these baby mamas. It's unfortunate. You are getting another man's leftovers. Whoever knocked them up, more than likely got the freshest squeeze and the best. She just said, those are her words, the best of her, the best version she ever gave. He can't give you that no more. He took it.
And she gave it willingly. And listen here, I told you I believe in women's intuition. I don't disregard y'all power. So with that, y'all be knowing what time these ninjas be on, man. When they be beating y'all upside y'all head with that Braddock hoodoo, never answering a direct question, beating around the bush and beating around your tush. And now you want to act all hurt. No, you liked it, did that ninja. So you gave them all your raw kudakata. Now it's over. This is it. This is what happens for the majority of these independent, I do what I want sisters.
On you, it just does something to you. It that. And I don't like talking about it, because I just feel like this person still watches things that I do. And I don't want them to know that they still have this over me. You left me for something that was half of me. You left me for something that, funny enough, is similar to me kind of visually. Like, she don't look like me, but like the aesthetics are there, honey. But I get triggered by that, because I'm just like, you had it perfect with me. You had it perfect. And you go choose someone else that is a lower quality grade of me. And I don't care. I'm gonna talk my shit. She also has 3 kids of her own. You leave your own blood to go play dad to somebody else's man's children. It's still y'all. Now, it's not an everyday thing. It's not just on this all day, every. A lot of times, it only really comes back when I'm going through it, when I'm really in my single mom struggle. Currently, I've been forced to return back to office, and it's so hard. It's been very hard for me to do this, and I've had this career for almost 10 years. I want to quit.
Because you done got addicted to penis juice, and now truth knocking you smooth across your damn forehead.
That's it. This is an alpha widow. Whoever this ninja was everything she ever liked. More than likely a nug, and he got the freshest squeeze. That's normally what we seeing nowadays.
Sisters, where did she go wrong? Where did she go wrong? Marry before you carry this man's seed. That has a lot of weight. I don't know what it is, but that instills some respect. I'm trying to tell you something. When you sit there, you let a man know that you into him. You let him know that you like him. but you also let him know you respect yourself enough. Say, hey, you know, I acknowledge that you can leave me at any time, man. We're gonna get married before you pop a kid in me. We're gonna have some understanding. That is a beautiful understanding, and y'all don't have these conversations because y'all be too weenie drunk. Marry for you carry.
And I was gonna say the problem with that is the men don't care. It's not the men that want to have these kids with these women. So the burden gonna fall right back on them. Either y'all get on birth control, use protection, right? They ain't gonna get married. The men don't want to get married to y'all. Y'all harlots, most of y'all. That's what it is. So he clapping cheeks. You ain't applying enough pressure to make him get on a knee. So they ain't about to withhold their kudakotas. So y'all need to be more responsible with it at this point. That's all y'all can do. Y'all the HQ, I think she was saying that. Y'all, that's all y'all can do. I see the light. They won't do it.
You right. You said it. At least protect yourself. Yeah, stop bringing babies into it. There you go. We got to adjust to this wonky dating market. We can't just call. We got to acknowledge it. So just try not to bring babies into these extremely undesirable situations because they suffer the most. We know the baby single moms be suffering, but the baby ultimately suffers all of that. He grow without a dad. He grow with a tainted, egregious mom. And then his outlook on life is all effed up. So just hunch and keep the babies out of it, and we'll be all right.
That's it. Because there is 33 forms of birth control. That is the bottom line.
And y'all gonna hunch raw. So yeah, I ain't even gonna say condoms.
I want to quit. I finally reached making six figures. Finally reached it, right? And I want to quit. I want to take a pay cut. I want to make 40,000 so that I can stay home with my daughter, because trying to make this little money, trying to have this little lifestyle that I have, parts of me feel like it's not worth it. And it's so hard. And when I'm feeling the difficulties of being a single mother, that's when this shit really comes back and haunts me. That's when I really feel like, how could you leave us? How could you do this to me? When I need you, you're not there for me. And I don't want to cry on camera this time, but this is one of the toughest things for me as a single mom. Just trying to get out of my head and stop trying to understand the complexities of someone who is mentally disturbed and traumatized and likes to hurt people. And trying to understand that person's brain, because that's who I am. I'm a why type of girl. I want to know why. Why did you me over? Why you play these games with me? Why you these bitches? Why you do the shit that you did? Why you do that to me? Why you cheat on me? Why you take from me? Why you steal from me? Why you lie to me? Why you leave me when I know I'm that bitch? I know it. So I just want to keep it real with y'all. I know y'all see my vlogs. I know you see my content, and I make my content to focus on putting yourself first and not worry about no low ass, grimy ass, low vibrational ass, confused sexually ass, to keep your shit tight. I'm a real person, and I have real feelings, and I'm still dealing with them every day. So, yeah. Bye, y'all.
Well, the bottom line.
You let him hit it raw. You didn't have second thoughts.
I am inevitable.
She done called this man everything but a child of God. Your baby daddy. You called him zesty. You say he's broke. Then you sit here and say you make six figures. You wish you made 40K so you can stay home, so you can get EBT and Section 8 and not have to work so hard. He said this six figures ain't what it's cut out. I got to pay for daycare and all this stuff. I would rather not.
She had the nerve to say lifestyle, Mr. X. She said, I got this six-figure lifestyle. As a single mom, you don't have a lifestyle. That thought is damning, hence her predicament. You ain't got no lifestyle. She don't want to take a pay cut. She ain't got no choice. She's sitting here weighing out daycare, and she like, whoa, I might as well take a pay cut. Yeah, this is a woman whose pride and ego lies in her financial success. She can't afford to take a pay cut to her ego too much. And she up here talking about, why did he leave? Why did he cheat, sister? You know, sounds like you got a femininity issue. Kind of respectfully. She been a little transparent. I halfway respect it, but she's a hyena. You brutish. What did Kev teach us? And it stands to be true. The majority of men step outside of their relationship in search of femininity. You may be lacking there.
And shout out to Black Unity. Says they killed me with the I'ma keep showing up for the kids. Like like the stork dropped them off. You hunched to get them kids. They're your responsibility.
Hunched. You did it. Hunched them right on out.
And Frederick Howard says a B-dub has 15 children out here crying. Women asking the white man to delete the black man. He says, 9 milli ready. Bone Quisha, you're done.
Goodness gracious. What's going on, Frederick?
And B. Wyatt says, a lot of these Johns expect a good dude they friend zone to still be there after all their F-ups.
And they will be. Hold up, B. Wyatt. Somebody waiting in the ring right now with his cape on. He threw the cape on after seeing this video.
And that's unfortunate.
Money, 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 money.
And brother Julian Brown come through with $10, says, shout out to SBC Nation.
Shout out to you, brother Julian.
And at this point, we're going to take all these baby mamas and put them in the pit.
There you go. Ugh, especially that big one. The big one.
Madness.
Fuck is you talking about?
This is Sparta!
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to hide. You gotta count your blessings. You're sitting at the table. You hear me? Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
Yeah, I caught that towards the end. How she so head over heels over this brother, still crying on the intranets. And she said he confused about his sexuality. He can't be that confused. He done hit the back of your oven. Why do you sisters do that? And again, if you really believe that, why'd you have a baby with him?
That part, straight cap. So here we go. We still at 100 skips. We back over to Ashley Dalton. Hit the like button.
Alrighty, what brings you out?
I just turned 40.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you. And I feel like I'm going through a transformational phase.
The wall.
And I've been doing a lot of reading books. I've been going to therapy. I've been losing weight. I've been doing the work. You know, really trying to understand myself and be self-aware. Because I feel like my armor is up. I've been through a lot in life. And I think it's coming across to people, like it comes across to men as being guarded. And so I'm actually really kind and lovable and affectionate and funny, but I'm like terrified to connect with men.
But what makes you terrified? So let's just say, hypothetically, Cassandra, you're out at a bar, right? You don't feel like you're in danger.
I don't go to bars. I don't really go to bars. I've actually 45 days sober today.
Congrats. That's
It's over. This woman is socially awkward. All right. She says she 40 something days clean off alcohol. 40 years old. She probably ain't got no kids. So she's bubbly, but she's irresponsible and she's a grown child.
She has been alpha widowed to Mars and back. She said she going to therapy. She's got her walls up. She got up armor. She's afraid to connect with men. It's over. Whatever man come through and tries to win over her heart, you gotta hack through a fence, a weenie's pass. It's just a tangled web of old meats she done endured that's been just brutalizing her kudakata. Now you got to come fight through it and get your prize. Good luck and congratulations.
good.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. So I'll go to a coffee shop. I'll go to a restaurant. I'll try new things because I'm inside a lot. And I'm like, no one's going to find me inside the house. And most importantly, I want to be emotionally available. I want to be able to be vulnerable because I feel like if I'm not emotionally available, then how am I supposed to connect with a man emotionally?
Right.
You know?
But I think before we get there, I just want you to have ease just speaking to a man when you first meet him, you know? If you're at a coffee shop, it shouldn't feel daunting to speak to speak to a man, like, hello, how are you, where you're from, kind of thing. And that to me, it almost feels like that feels heavy for you, even just that interaction.
It is.
Yeah.
It's really heavy. Like, I don't really know sometimes, like, what to say. Or I'll see somebody today, like, at the coffee shop who was really cute. And we had a moment where we looked at each other and we smiled. But then it didn't go anywhere. And I'm like, should I give him my number? Like, how does this go next? Like, am I sending the right body language to let him know that I'm welcoming or that I'm okay to be approached? Like, I'm trying to work on my body language too. So,
Well, I would say yes, all of that. We done told y'all, start shooting y'all shots. You can't just look at a man and smile. Not in 2025 with all the Me Too and how y'all be recording men and trying to expose men. No, walk up to him and open your mouth, articulate yourself. If he got, nice watch, nice shoes, nice hat. If you're in a grocery store, what you shopping for? What's for dinner? You better have some conversation. All right. And yes, give him your number, all that.
There you go. You made a good point there. We ain't said it in a while. Sisters, you sisters have created this dating market. 100%. There you go. It is in y'all absolute best interest because of y'all actions. Shout out to the whole Me Too situation. Shout out to the women that got justice, but y'all know what that turned into. It turned into a witch hunt. Absolutely diabolical. Now, men can't pursue. Well, ain't that what it's called? Like these laws try to hit Congress and stuff. The right to pursue, the right for a man to pursue. Man can't even come up to you and be like, hey, I find you attractive. Me too. It's over. So now y'all got to drop your handkerchief. And she acting all immature. You too old to be acting immature. But if you was some 25-year-old bubbly non-tainted sister, a guy can maybe find that kind of cute. But you were just troublesome and annoying.
like, I'm trying to work on my body language too. So, I also think the past few years I have had a lot of responsibilities. I've had a lot of duty to family, to community, to giving back, to helping those in need. I've had a couple of heartbreaks, and I've been really reflecting on that and just learning and growing through therapy what that was about. And so I feel like I attract younger men because they remind me of being free spirited. They remind me of like life before my heart got hardened. And they are adventurous and they're learning and they're growing. And so, yeah.
How young are we talking, Cassandra?
Okay, so the last person I dated was a pilot, a corporate pilot, and he was 30.
Okay. And how did that work out?
I was saying that's old. That's long in the tooth for her. She's saying the last person she dated was 30. She likes to date younger. She's giving that Joy Taylor. Joy says she like 25-year-old men. She 40. So this is what they like, young whippersnappers.
Y'all women have become the men y'all claim y'all despise. More facts, more data. She wants some young guy because it reminds her when she was more free going. Her words, before her heart was hardened by all of that hard meat, man. I told y'all, it always comes out. And just how a man hardened by life had to prove itself. Cave just said he wants something lighthearted so that he can live vicariously through her joy. Yes, that old timer that's war torn don't want that old bat. We both war torn. No, you see what's happening here. Now she want her a young dude. Go ahead, get your cheeks clapped by a young Thundercat.
And Mr. Gino says, soft and sweet is a superpower.
Trying to tell you, brother.
And Brother Saeed says, level up equals how to be a better gold digger bopper.
Perhaps.
We had a lot of chemistry. It felt lustful. It felt like a strong orbital energy attraction pull towards
I'm
each other.
sure. I'm sure.
But I was like, that's a sign right there not to give in to that, because we got to go slow and I got to get to know him and make sure that he's compatible with what I want and need, you know. But it was the first time I felt those feelings of being really attracted to somebody in a long time. And so then I took it really slow, where I was like 2-3 months into it and I wasn't being affectionate physically. And so, you know, he said, I'm going to come see you. I'm going to invest money, a flight, a hotel to come see you. But I need to know that you're focused on me only and not other men. But only on me before I make these investments with my resources. And I was like, I can't commit to that yet.
Oh, okay.
And then he like went on and started dating other girls, and I was sad about it.
Okay, and then that was done.
Yeah.
She's so damn awkward.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Y'all heard it.
Y'all women are goofy as hell. Look, this woman is 40. She's like, yeah, I told him I ain't being intimate. He said, if I spend my bread to come see you, basically, I need to be clapping cheeks and you my lady. I'm not your man, but you my lady. He said, I can't do that. And then he moved on. And then she got mad that he moved on.
Are we not going to address that this is how this was a trill ninja, if I may? He told her, I likes that. Walk it how you talk it. And he didn't say it. She said it. Yeah, he said, listen, before I start spending my bread, I ain't no sucker. You belong to me if I jump on this flight. She said, I don't know. He said, you know, don't even trip. Don't even trip. Don't even trip. I will see you never. And he obviously made sure that she knew that he found somebody else and moved on. Right on, brother. That's how you do it. What do I say? As men, you cannot afford to complain about results you're not getting. You just got to move on and get your outcome. That's how you be a man. Can't complain. Just do it.
Okay. And how did you meet him?
I was out at Afro Beats with my friends. I went out dancing.
Oh, to Afrobeat. Cassandra, you have a different side to you. I know that because this little sweet little damsel in distress, little flower pot, little, oh, I don't know. There's a different side.
I was like, let me go. I'm trying to fall in love. I'm trying to, you know, get out and, like I said, like, go do stuff. Like, go to a restaurant, try new things. Like, you never know. If I'm just myself and I go try new things and I go take myself out to dinner, I might meet somebody. If I try a coffee shop, I might meet somebody. If I go to some music, I might meet somebody there. But I thought he was sent from a higher power, because I noticed him in the dark with the loud music, a lot of people there, and something about me just gravitated, saw him in the crowd, and then I gravitated towards him. It was like electric pull towards him.
Girl, were you ovulating? You were ovulating. That's what that was. Okay, it was a week before the period time, because I don't know. I ain't never heard that before. I don't know. Chat, what does that mean? Spiritual girls tap in. What does that mean? They said they laughing. They said
y'all know what it means. Huh.
That's all she care about. Cannon, pump, and pump. Cannon, pump, and pump.
That Kudakata was throbbing. She needed meat.
Fellas, listen. That's why we say present the world your best self. And you can't defy or deny nature. She was standing there. She said, in the darkness. Come on, fellas. She up here singing this brother's glory. She said, in the darkness and the deafening boom of the speakers, this ninja was glowing. She said, then all of a sudden there was a pull. her kudakata just would start to just have a pull towards him. She had to calm herself down. Yeah, see that, men? They can't deny it when you present the world your best self. That ninja forever in her thoughts. She done touched herself many a night to the thoughts of this mysterious ninja.
They don't know. She was ovulating. See, I think so. Mm-hmm. She's obsessed. Uh-oh.
No, I haven't talked to him in, 2 months now. And I'm just focusing on me. I want to lose about 10 more pounds.
Okay.
I've lost 7 pounds already in the
that's
last
good.
6 weeks. But I love your makeup. I want to know more. You said we should get a tint.
Yes.
I have I
Uh-huh.
have a foundation now and a powder that I wear, but I want to know more about the tint that you were talking about.
So a skin tint is like a moisturizer with color in it.
I think that was the one question I had, and then secondly, I live in Utah, so the options here are not that great.
Yeah.
So I have been thinking about moving. I've heard.
Okay.
Hell!
It makes sense why she's so damn weird. She live in Utah. All right, respectfully, shout out to Utah. She out there with the Mormons. All right, she probably one of the only sisters. All right, she probably black God with black power in Utah. This is Mother Seamoss Gold in Utah.
There you go. Is that part of her hubris and her big headedness since we making up words this evening? There you go. Yeah, she blackity black. In Utah, she black as me. Imagine that. I can dig. Listen here, ain't no hate in my heart. Listen, get how you live, sister. But simmer down. She talking about she looking to fall in love. You in the club. First, she said she don't go to the club, but you met this dude at a club. Now you 40 some days sober. It's too much going on. We ain't gonna forget all the trauma she was spewing in the beginning. She found the need to go on a sobriety journey. All right. She out here talking about she got a wall of meats up. Ain't nothing here but practice and probably some fun hunting for some YNs.
Things about Texas, but I bought a home here in Utah.
Utah.
And I love the outdoors here. But I feel like maybe I'm open to moving somewhere with.
I think you should try it out. If Texas is calling you, I say try it out. See how you like it, or maybe go for a week or two and see how you like it. Yeah, before you fully commit.
Okay. Well, do you have any other tips for me? Just turning 40. I am focusing a lot on like glowing up and taking care of my health and hydrating and just staying in my lane. But like interacting with men is tough.
Yeah, So what I feel is that you need to go out and meet people, but I think once you get into something, you get very attached. I don't know why, and you get a little obsessive. That's what I feel, Cassandra. So
Okay.
you got to work on that.
So just another thing I've been trying to do is like date several and go with the best one. Like try to date. Don't think too much about what they say or what they do. Just take my time and like date them all. But at the same time, I feel very transactional because I'm to the point where I'm like, I've been so emotional and I've been supportive and I just put it all out there and he ends up leaving or not committing or the next woman will, get him and that's who he'll marry. Like the saddest thing was watching my ex get married to another woman, after I helped him build himself up.
It's over.
And now she gets to reap the benefits of like all the time and energy I invested. So I'm like, do you have land? Do you have property? Do you have stocks? Like, I don't want your coffee. Like, don't waste my time or energy.
Right.
Like we said, alpha widow. Now she say, don't waste my time. You 40-something years old. You past the age of childbirth. So you can't give that man what he truly want. because you want a younger man, and he gonna want kids. That's why your last man moved on and found a woman, because it wasn't working out. He said, look, I'm gonna find me a younger girl and start a family. That's normally what happened with these older women.
She just recalled one of the greatest fears I think a modern woman, a modern wife can have, is preparing your ex-husband to be an outstanding husband to his next woman, because you want to call it quits. And she did. She's living out that nightmare. Yes. Whenever we separate in our late mid-30s, especially you got kids, that ninja got practice on how to be a husband, and you are forever his wife. For the most part, the vast majority, the outliers don't count. Telling you, and she just said it. Kudos to her for her transparency. She said it. Now that you sisters can see, because when me and Miss X say this stuff, y'all don't believe us, but it's coming from the horse's mouth. This her greatest regret. She had to watch her true love get married. See that? He said, you don't want to be my wife? Watch this. Hold my gin and tonic.
And now look at her. He says, up front, I need to know if you got land, investments, 401k. She says, I'm not doing coffee dates no more. Keep your coffee. Do you got land?
When you ask the man that does have these things, when you ask him that in that manner, he gonna be like, you know what? It don't even matter. I see you never.
Coffee, like, don't waste my time or energy.
You won't.
Right. Yeah, that's what you should be asking. Yeah.
Okay. So okay, so I should stick to those questions before I ever meet them.
No, I don't think you should ask someone that on the first date. Absolutely not. No. No. I don't know, because the more we talk, I'm thinking Cassandra is scaring them away. I don't know. That's what I feel, Cassandra. You have a very colorful personality. I will say that.
You know who I got that from? What's her name? Shayla or Sheree or some lady. She gives dating advice online on TikTok. She's pretty popular. She's like, don't. She basically tells us to use men for money.
Shira.
Shara.
Yeah. Shara. Her. That's what she says.
Yes, absolutely. All right, Cassandra. Well, thank you for coming up, okay? Bye, doll. Bye-bye.
Well, there you go.
Sprinkle.
He up here talking about Shira. I watched some woman on TikTok. It's corruption. She don't even know who she is or the origin or anything about this woman. She just seen her on TikTok and it sounded good and it felt good. She telling us to use men, take their money. I don't even know her name, but it sounded good.
That woman a whole witch today. Are you aware? She made a whole video with her coven. They was in a haunted house. She had her coven members thoughting it out. That's y'all leader? We talk about this. All of the women y'all could choose to be y'all leaders. Y'all choose the wicked witches of the world. Enjoy y'all outcomes, man.
Wicked. And shout out to Logic Hits. He says, Smell the Roses called and says she wants her voice back.
Hey, y'all.
As far as this woman, we got one for you, Leon, a good one.
Ooh, Leon got you a light bright. Look at you.
This right here will get me some pussy tonight. But I don't want it. Not for this. Not with this. Fuck that. I don't want no pussy with this. This right here is paper. You want to? That's my rent. Hold on.
Yeah, Ninja. Yeah, I was about to say tear it in little pieces. Yeah, set it on fire.
This right here.
Do it.
This right here.
Do it.
This right here.
Yeah, these sisters is getting worse. It's been a while since we had a train wreck like that. That sister was terrible. I don't know if y'all caught all her madness. She acknowledged her heart was hardened and she can't bond with a man. She just admitted to all of the terrors of being a loose harlot.
That part. And I would say at this moment, these women need to go to the church. Shout out to my guy O'Shea. He dropped this video. It's crazy.
I never thought that I would be 43 and never been married, not engaged, not a prospect, not nothing. And I now understand those church women. Now that my daughter's in college, my son lives with his dad, I'm the only one here. And I work all day and I come home to a peaceful house.
This lady has a level of chagrin about her current state of her life. She's a single mother with 2 kids. She's living alone. And she now says, I never thought I would be like the ladies in church. And I kind of wanted to know what she meant by that, so I had to listen more.
You see people's marriages, and I'm an Uber driver. I'm taking couples on dates and all of that good stuff. I had a guy in my car today that was surprising his wife and taking her to Italy and Paris. And I was just like, it's not about the things that he said. It's about the fact that he loves life. And I was just like, dang, was I like a terrible person in a former life? Like, was I horrible? Like, how come I'm not lovable? I've had men tell me that they love me, and I've had guys say they want to marry me, all of that good stuff, but I'm still single.
Listen here. She out here driving Uber. It's alarming. They say a lot of our melanated sisters are doing these gig apps and doing content, selling kudakata. The majority. So the chickens have come home to roost. All these women that's been on Kendra and these shows over these past years, 6 figures, I'm a boss, I'm this, I'm that. No, now we've been able to unveil. Now we see what's going on. Y'all broke as hell. Most of y'all. It's unfortunate.
It's so extreme. We all gotta find words to describe this madness. Shout out to O'Shea. O'Shea pulled out one of our words of the day. Chagrin. It's documented. I never heard that word being used before we used it. Chagrin. Distress or embarrassment at having failed or been humiliated. That's what is happening with them. Shout out to you, brother O'Shea. But that's how bad it's getting. We got to dig back into old-timey Webster Dictionary to describe the true gravity of these horrible situations. Chagrin.
She continues with her reflection of regret. She says she's an Uber driver, and that means she's probably not making a lot of money. She's reflecting back on the mistakes in her dating life. She had guys who wanted to marry her and be with her. And now that she's older, those guys are not as interested. And she seems like she must be, into church somehow, because she references the fact that she has now become like single ladies in church. Fast forward. So that made me go into detail. What is she talking about? As you know, like most of you guys, I grew up in the black church, and I went in the 80s and 90s where I was seeing this particular change. The baby boomer generation was still married, just like your grandmoms or your mom's friends that lived in the black community. We're still married, but people around my age group and younger were not married at all, especially the women. And one of the reasons is because the church stopped becoming so male centered with, strong outreach programs like brotherhoods on Mondays and, your male course singing and just a whole bunch of men, strong deacon board. That kind of started dying off, and it started to be replaced with, women taking care of most of the church service, being more involved on the usher board, being more involved in the politics of the church. And so what has happened is because of that trend that's happened in the last 25 years, men stopped going to church as much, and then women kept on going to church. But the reality is that these women, although it was like 80 to 90% of them in church, they were still looking for these men to date, and these men were not there. And so that was the issue. The men had left the church, and women were now single.
And this is wicked. Women preachers.
Can a woman preach? No.
Never, sir. No.
Did God ever call one? No.
That's right.
Will he ever call one? No. Can you prove it?
Getting ready to right now.
So here we go. The downfall. These sisters in the church single, being misled and scammed on and preyed upon for their money, and it's unfortunate.
We've been trying to warn y'all. Kev been trying to warn y'all. It's my understanding OGs like the brother Tommy Sotomayor, however you say his last name, been trying to warn y'all. The chickens have come home to roost. But guess what? Half of them got eaten by foxes. That's how bad it is. What we predicted to happen is much, much worse, unfortunately. And y'all can go to heck. I did not pronounce chagrin wrong. Look it up, god dang it. You always got something to say. Y'all wrong.
Inside of the church with no hope for husbandship. And that's kind of where we got with the first lady talking about her experience. She has now become that which she thought she would have never done. But why did that happen?
Look at the numbers. The church is 70 to 80% single women. And the pastor want to sell these women this fairy tale, telling them that your Boaz is coming. Keep waiting, knowing good and well that there isn't any single men in the congregation. And that's low-key manipulation. Because the men aren't flocking to the churches because the churches are catered to women. The sermons shame men and pamper women. The programs be women brunches, women conferences, women's night. The churches know who paid the tithes. It's the women.
So this lady talks about the positioning and strategy of church membership growth. Number one, the church's strategy, especially in the black community, is to go after women. And the reason why is probably the case. Women are easier to control in religious settings. Men typically speak out more about, things or problems, or more direct. And also, women tend to give more money in church. Okay. And so instead of the church is trying to, bring Christian black men and Christian women together to create families, what you've seen is women's brunches, women's conferences. Okay. And this was a strong point because another creator says something similar.
When you go to these women empowerment, conferences, and they are allowing people to be vulnerable and transparent, and they are sharing how they healed from certain things and how God's word helped them to heal, which is true. I'm trying to figure out why we are almost intentionally leaving out that God's word also says that a man is a woman's covering and a husband is part of, or should be part of, an honorable, godly life. None of that is ever mentioned in a lot of these spaces.
The church has become
shout out to the churches. It comes down to control, Bonquisha. Control of the finances, control of the coup de kata, control of the children. Three things. They want the money, they want your coup de kata, and they want to control your kids. That's what the church has become. What they can't have you do is be up under a man. Now they lose the coup de kata, they lose the kids, and now they lose the money because now he making the decisions and they can't finesse you. So if they keep you single, they can keep them three things.
This is what has transpired. Every respectable brother I've talked to, and we've had our conversation about why we left the physical church, and we all had the same answers because we asked questions that the respected elders couldn't or refused to answer. Plain and simple. Men, we need answers. You're not just going to tell Mr. X this and he's like, well, why? Explain to me. But in today's convenient Christianity, don't question. Huh? What's the joke? Don't ask. No questions. Just do what I say. And men don't work like that respectfully. No, I won't just do what you say. You got to show me why and how this works. But the church, on the other hand, tells women what they want to hear. So they don't question anything. Your man coming, sister. You perfect the way you are. You flawless. And they put the money in the collection plate. Ain't no question to be asked. Y'all pandering to them. Y'all see how that works?
Something of a marketing tool for, women's ministries, and the men are being left out. And she talked about this in particular. These women groups, you're going to these women's ministries, they're opening up and pouring out into each other, but then there are no men being there. And so why are the churches not creating the leadership? Because the men are the leaders of women in the church. That's what the Bible says. But why are the men not there?
Damn.
So she says this is intentional. Preachers are intentionally in doing so, preaching messages that down men, in particular black men. But then also, there is another thing that is keeping black women single.
Let me tell you something. The church does not teach Christian women how to date. The church does not teach Christian women to date at all. What they tell us to do is to sit with our hands in our laps and to wait for a man to come at our door. That is not biblically wise. Faith without works is dead, and that applies to every area of our life.
This really says that many people, or preachers, are telling black women that just wait on the Lord, keep fasting and praying, that your husband is going to come to you. Now, this is not an unusual strategy, especially in the Black.
And there you go. That when they tell you to wait on the Lord, that remove all responsibility from that preacher. He's going to absolve himself. All right. He wants you to put the money in the plate. The easiest way to do that is to keep you single, mind control. And he going to say, God going to bring them. And if the man never show up, you need to talk to God about that. That ain't, the preacher will say, what you want me to do? It can be 10, 20 years. You going to be like, that man never came. He going to say, look, go talk to God. All right.
It's so bad how today's blasphemous churches have just completely disregarded the men because they understand their racket and their target customers. I'll never forget me and my wife and kids walking through the mall, and some church folks came. Me and my wife, we walking, we clearly at least a couple, and we walking, and they approached her. They solicited whatever they had going on to her, and my wife looked at me. And I just was like, I knew it was, I knew the disrespect that was taking place. And once they saw that this woman looked to her husband for guidance, they said, oh, never mind. And they walked away in disgust. How dare you be under the covering of a man? Yes. So, yeah, wicked. I done got re-triggered.
Man, I mean, this is wicked.
Community where people tell you all the time, just pray, wait on God, God will deliver. This is even something I hear in Africa, with tithing, give this amount of money, and God is going to bless you with this and that. So it's a very similar strategy that we see. But this lady brings up a very, very, very good example.
If you have a job and you lose that job, are you just going to sit and pray for God to send you a new job and then just stay at home and not apply for a single job? No. If you lose your job, you're going to pray, Lord, please bless me with another job. Of course, there's the faith. But then after that, you're going to go searching for a job. You're going to be applying for jobs and you're going to pray that God will bless you with the right job. If all you're doing is sitting at home doing 1,000 prayers for your future spouse, you are fasting, you are praying, you're doing all these other things, but you're not actually putting any practical works into dating, more times than not, you are not going to find your spouse.
Now, she said the same Black woman will sit there and pray for God to send her a husband, send her a man. But if she loses her job, she'll still pray that God will give her a job. But what she will do is she will actively put in work to obtain a job. She will go after the employment. And this is one thing that I think is 100% true. Women will pray and hope for a husband and not want to put in the effort, but everything else they will do when it comes to, looking good, hair, going on trips, obtaining, good careers. These are the things they put in effort with. And then on the flip side, when it comes to, getting a man or even getting a man of God, they are not going to be competitive at all. And so what you see is a woman like the first lady who has 2 kids, most likely was just taking whatever that she can get and it wasn't working out. So she became a single mom, and she probably did not put in the effort because she thought that God was going to send her somebody because God has been answering all of her prayers, and she did not become proactive. And this is something that we're going to have to be honest about. Whatever you want in life, and I'm going to tell you right now, male, female, it's never going to just come to you. You can get lucky for sure, but everything that you get.
So there we go. 2 things can be true, right? The one thing, the pastor, they going to rely on y'all being lazy. They know y'all ain't going to put no work in. So yeah, you can say God's going to bring it. Granted, you still going to have to go out here and do something about it. All right. And hope for the best. But don't be sitting here like the lady said, sitting in the house, God going to send them. God going to send them. It don't work like that. You should be in the gym. You should be eating right, doing your hair, presenting the world with your best self. That's what God going to bring once you're doing that.
Sisters, can we acknowledge, please, as men do, can you acknowledge that the most important decision you make in your life is who you share your life with, your man? Do you not think that's going to take an extra amount of effort, extra focus, extra dedication to achieve this, amazing thing that is your husband, this most important decision? Or you think it's just going to fall into your lap like convenient, blasphemous Christianity points it out to be? And this is so true. You good, Sister Jenkins. God gonna send your man. You just keep praying and tithe and he gonna send them. Y'all wrong for that. Shout out to some of these more awakened OGs. They are saying it. This is the last generation of these kind of preachers. It's over. Y'all sassy in the pulpit. Y'all got first husbands. Y'all wow, man. Y'all wow. And it's amazing that this ish went unchecked so long.
Man. And shout out, Better Believes Me. Did y'all see Tyranny up on these YouTube streets crashing out over EBT, embarrassing herself and her husband?
Sure didn't.
What's new? And shout out to my guy TJ through the fire. He says too many pastors are not sassy or are now sassy rainbow men, and the others are so-called pastors or females.
See, I just said that, brother TJ. That part exactly.
Yeah, see, we got you. He said it was supposed to say now.
We understood.
And he come back, says God for women is magical Santa and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Facts. Sky Daddy.
And shout out to Didi. Says God that helps those who help themselves.
Amen.
There you go.
Whether it's a friendship, whether it's opportunities, you're going to have to go out there and, and create that lane yourself. Sometimes you can get lucky, but sometimes lightning doesn't strike twice. And so a lot of the women in the black church are just praying. And this is another problem in the black church. But then thirdly, there's another issue.
This church that I visited, a lot of young people, a lot of young single people, right? So if anybody's looking to mingle, men of God, women of God, this is a great church for you. And in the comments, the first thing or the second thing, it was like 7 or 8 women that commented, and it was like, you don't need to be at church trying to find anybody, just the Lord Jesus Christ. And that mentality alone just tells you the mindset of a lot of single people, or just women in the church. And I hate to just harp on women, right? But this is just the women were the ones commenting.
So you have this particular brother, all right, in the church. And again, there are not a lot of single black men in church that are Christian, as much as compared to women. So you have this brother who seems to be a respectable Christian black man. And he was looking for a church home, and he was using his TikTok to basically shout out to churches that are building in these ministries. Now, some churches have really good singles ministries, and these are the churches that typically thrive in bringing, black men and black women together. And they can have different strategies such as, speed dating for Christians. I mean, the Mormons do it, and, in the white community. So these are things that churches actually invest in to bring people together. Okay. So he's saying, hey, listen, check out this church home. I went and I saw this church. It was good. They had a good singles ministry and all of that. But what he was told was to stop promoting that. Right. And he was told this by black Christian women.
Rest in peace to the Godfather. He used to stress the single ministry. Like, that's something that has to be in every church, and it has to be taken serious. And first, y'all got to get the men there, though. So you can't have a singles ministry with a bunch of women. They're going to be in there scissor and timbers. So y'all got to find a way to relinquish power back to the men that want to be there. All right, there are some men that want to be there, but they ain't about to fall up under y'all order. Y'all better give them some power.
There we go. Listen here, I'm on record saying I grew up in the church. I miss the community that church brings. That's what our latest studies are showing from our generation. Church, that's what it was, Brother Stephen James, good brother Q. Church was our last example of community. That was it. That was our last stand. We talk about the shut-ins, the lock-ins, all that is gone. Because these kuda-kata crazed preachers, they don't want to pass down authority to the other men because it's they want all the women to themselves. It's visible. It sounds wild, don't it? But it's just true. They can't give this ninja authority. I'm the pastor. I got to have the fanciest vehicle. I got to have the shiniest suit. Wild work.
He was saying, listen, you should be focusing only on going to church and worshiping God as a man. But this brother clapped back in a major way.
You're going to a place as a single person that's not courting, that's not under a covenant, that's not building a family, right? And you're in a house to worship where other people are doing the same thing. So my brain automatically thinks, hey, if I'm a man of God and I'm going to a church where there's going to be women of God and other men of God, this is where I can connect with other men like myself and a wife, hopefully, right? Because she has the same morals and beliefs that I have. But for some reason, I hate to harp on those same women, but they have that mentality where it's like, nah, I'm just here to worship and that's it. And I'll just sit and I'll be faithful to the Lord. And then my husband's going to walk in my living room. The perfect guy is going to automatically appear someday. Like,
saying, listen, if somebody's going to go to a church where people are worshiping, if you're a man of God, you're going to be looking to do two things. Looking to make friends in the Christian ministry, right? And that's one thing about converting to any religion. You're going to probably, make new friends, people who are on your walk. And
listen here, I think the modern church needs to be more inclusive. All right, we get so caught up in biblical times. We are not in biblical times. So it's not going to look or taste or sound like that. Maybe y'all need to start doing more work, go to the hookah lounges and stuff, hang out with the common folk. If the Bible was in today's time, there would be hookah lounges and, bars, all this stuff would exist. It's here. We just in modern times. Embrace it. Go out, mingle with the people.
There you go. Listen here, man. I'm no goody two shoes, and y'all listen. Y'all know us, but I believe whatever's gonna help folks bring out the best in them. There's this one brother. He a herb smoking preacher. He making waves out there. Him and his folks get together, they fellowship, and I guess it brings out the best of them. I'm not sure, but I agree. I agree to some degree. I haven't thought about it, but yeah, not progressive like saying, women could preach. No, that stuff. I believe we gotta have some structure. See, this is a truth over last conversation, but yeah, we gotta have some structured discipline. That's just the bottom line. We got too far away.
Then obviously you're going to want to date a woman and get married because you're sharing the same values. All right. But now the women in the church are even having a hard time accepting the men that want to date them in the Christian faith because, we're not here for that. Leave me alone. I'm here trying to pray to God for my Boaz or for the guy that's going to come to me. And then God has put you in a situation where you could be meeting the guy you're supposed to meet and you're still rejecting the man inside of the church.
And that's the problem. They in the church talking about Boaz. The same woman will walk in the church on Sunday and talk about Boaz, call on Kendra on Monday talking about she ain't doing 50-50. Do y'all not know who the hell Boaz was? Wasn't no 50-50. Boaz was getting about 80-20 about you. What we talking about? Boaz? Y'all got it all mixed up.
And here we go. The interpretations, they do it for me. They will interpret the New Testament however they see fit. I don't know, Boaz could be the Old Testament, but the New Testament, open to interpretation. However you want to interpret it, go ahead. They done found a way to say that, they'll say anything. You can get Rainbow Coalition, whoever, they could come up here and start justifying their existence with text. Wow, justifying, by the way.
That's trying to get to know you and be a provider for you. And you're still looking for the perfect guy.
He's right,
So on Three Folds, we have a big issue. Preachers are specifically trying to keep women single because they want to lead these women's lives and not have a husband lead her life. The number two, they're telling women that you can just pray and wait on the Lord. You don't need to do any work yourself, whether it's going out and trying to meet the right man or basically checking your own behaviors in yourself. Or in three, once you do see these men in these Christian ministries that are trying to get in contact with you, you have an issue with it. It's almost like, no, I'm only here for myself to worship God. And, I don't want to talk to you guys because you should only be here to focus on God. And, and then I'm still going to pray for God to send me somebody different that's not you.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the you think you is?
And then with the churches also not catering to men on purpose because men will typically hold black pastors accountable. It's a conundrum that these women can't get out of. And the reality is that you have so many women who are okay with dating Jesus. Now, hear me out when I say this, okay? Let's take somebody like B. Simone. B. Simone is a person that she says she's a Christian, but again, it's to her own intellectual capacity to decide that. I don't think that B. Simone has changed in any way from when she was, not a Christian. But she's telling herself that in the walk that she's living in, she's still self-aggrandizing, arrogant, and many men just don't want to deal with that sort of spirit. So that spirit is not welcoming to a man. And I don't care if you're a non-Christian man or Christian man.
That's the problem. Women like B. Simone, they wake up one day, they be tired of being a harlot. Now I'm Christian. Now I'm about the Bible. I mean, y'all can just keep reinventing yourselves every couple years. Then she'll be a Muslim. Then she gonna be this and that. And they just keep doing it.
Be about it though. That's fine. Shout to atonement, but do it, exude it. This is why I laugh, man. If you listen here, it should be evident your atonement if you live the life of a 304 harlot. You should have an air about you. Everywhere you show up, you should have freshly baked cookies to show the world that you sorry for having a loose cooter kind of, god dang it. Ain't no sense of atonement out here in the world. So that's why I'm not buying this convenient Christianity. It gets on my nerves. And they always bring up Boaz. What about Job? Y'all want to be Job's wife? Huh? Job was awesome in the Bible. Did you see the test that God and Lucifer put Job through? They wiped out everything of his wife, his kids, covered him in boils. Huh? Y'all want that kind of a man? Job was sitting there withering and perishing and covered in boils and sores. His barn fell down, took out his kids, his wife, and that was his test. And he had to not condemn the Lord, and he didn't. And the Lord gave him more wives and more kids. The burden of a man. Shout out to Job.
That part. And as far as all these fake single Christian sisters, to the pit. To the pit.
Yeah,
I was thinking
the pit.
Yeah,
Pits
B.
of hell.
Simone looking at her. She's so fake.
Yeah, it's the pits of hell.
Fuck is you talking about? This is Sparta!
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to hide. You gotta count your blessings. You're sitting at the table. You hear me? Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
Hey, y'all,
I was gonna
wild.
say that B. Simone woman is the same woman that was talking about Martin Luther King and all that. And now she's like, okay, now I'm a Christian. Forgive me, for I did not know.
She the one that was saying he cheated on his wife and deserved what he got?
Pretty much, and how all black men ain't ish. That was her. She said, this is how we know all y'all ain't ish, because the man y'all say is great ain't ish.
That's crazy. Can't win. What man, what God created man is good enough for the melanated woman? Give us one. I want to hear somebody type it in the chat. What man is good enough? What's that old song? How many miles must a man walk before he can call him a man? What is y'all measurement of a man? We don't know.
That part. So here we go. Now we're about to get into it. We're going to delve over into the EBT madness. All right. Over the weekend, the first announcement, if you're part of the Patreon, y'all seen this, but shout out to my guy, JP. All right. JP got his food stamps allegedly. He ain't made a live about it yet, but he did post this in his community tab. He says, I received my EBT, you punks. Thanks, you slay. Yeah, that. And then he get $1,000 a month. He claimed he got it.
Look, oh, the ghetto-ness of it all. I received my EBT, punks. Thanks, you butlers. That's what he calls us working folks. That and butlers. Y'all some butlers. Yeah, y'all some butlers. Now he gonna be out here doing the Dougie and the frozen food out. Shout out to JP. He up right now. He up. Look at that. He's walking around with $1.89 in stamps for the longest. Now, 995.89. A whack. Call it a whack.
Yeah. So it's getting bad. All right, JP got his stamps. Some people getting caught up at the store. Bonquisha getting caught stealing. All right, ground beef and oxtails.
I can hear. Is that AI? Don't know. Look too real.
This is wicked. So here we go. We're going to get into it. We got some big updates. We about to mine through more of this EBT madness.
All right, update. Look, government shutdown update. There we go. Shout out to JP.
Hey besties, so here's an update. SNAP benefits are officially going out. Some of my family and friends have received some of their benefits. Some will not receive their benefits until the day that they normally receive them, such as myself. But please start looking out for your food stamps to be deposited onto your EBT cards. My best advice to everybody, Don't go to the store wilding out, okay? We don't know if we're going to get no benefits for the month of December. So, tread lightly with your food stamps. I can't tell you what to do because I'm not your mama. But, as a friend, don't go in that store spending all that money, okay? We got to save some coins for December too. We don't know what they plan on doing. I'm just saying.
So that's Bonquisha. All right. Some people say they're getting them. Some people say they ain't. We here. We're going to mine through this.
Your sister's get on my nerves. She said, I can't tell y'all what to do because I'm not your mama. I've learned something up here on this internet. We grant each other as much grace as we want, so I don't want too much grace at all. So I don't mind tough love and harsh criticism as long as taking it is going to give me a desired outcome. But y'all sisters, y'all can't take any criticism at all. That's why y'all say, hey, I ain't your mama. Because you feel the same way. If somebody tried to tell your bonnet wearing self something, you would say, you ain't my mama. You can't tell me nothing. Y'all sisters like her need to grow the heck up, man.
Tooth issues, so my tooth was, like I told y'all, I have tooth issues, so my tooth was hurting, and I was discussing it with my sister, and she sent me this. Now, if y'all look up here, at 7 o'clock, they were saying that they were going to release everybody's funds or whatever, be expecting deposits. Now you look down here, same day, but at 10 o'clock, now they're saying it's on hold again. This is exactly what I meant by if they happen to put your benefits on your card, take them then, because apparently this shutdown has even the government people confused. Like, y'all, they are snatching them again. It was there at 7. It was agreed upon. At 10, they were confused all over again. So the agreement was not agreed upon. I don't know. Now do y'all see what I mean by I don't even know what this government shutdown is doing?
And now y'all see what we mean by don't be dependent on this. All right. Like, seriously, we can't keep playing these games because the states are saying one thing and the government is saying another thing. So the states is playing with y'all tops right now. Y'all too dependent on this stuff, and it's unfortunate.
Look at that. So what time was JP's? This is from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. 7 p.m. All right, you got a little deposit. By 10, court paused the ruling. My goodness. So here we go. Bonquisha, let's put in your terms. If y'all stamps hit, that's how they word it in the hood for y'all folks that's well spoken. When your stamps hit, you need to spend them expeditiously because they might take them back.
But it's definitely doing something. So again, if they happen to put your benefits on your card, make sure you spend them because the government is giving, taking, giving. They're basically playing God. I don't know what they think they're going to get out of this because this shutdown is it's shutting me down. It really is. These people literally gave the stamps, took them back, only to say they agreed on giving everybody all their stamps, only to say they're not in agreement. This is the most confused. Yeah, they're confused, you guys. I know if they're confused, I know y'all confused because I'm confused. I don't even got no stamps.
And that's the problem. They got too much control over y'all lives. You talking about playing God? I mean, they are, at this point, they are putting food to y'all mouths. This is it. Y'all acting like without them, y'all can't go on. Y'all treating the government like God.
My point exactly. They're playing God because you granted them the position. You made them your God. Something us loving, logical men have been pleading to y'all to stop doing. Stop being dependent on the government. That ain't never been the vibes on U.S. soil, man. That's why y'all drive me crazy. I ain't no history buff. I was not the most studious student, but I knows what I know. You do not depend on the government. The government giveth and the government taketh away, just like the Lord.
And I'm confused. Like, y'all playing with these people. Y'all is literally playing. Yeah, I'm at a loss for words. Y'all notice how that stutter just, I don't even know what to tell y'all. Like, just please pay attention to your cards. If they do come on there, get them. Because these people, I mean, y'all, I'm smiling, but it's not funny. This is one of those laugh to keep from crying moments. My tooth is hurting. They playing with Medicare, Medicaid. I'm sorry, not Medicare. I don't know if they're playing Medicare or not. I was trying to get Medicaid, y'all. But they're playing with that.
God. Federal God. All right. Yeah. Medicaid. She can't eat. She down bad. She in pain. Where you at, God?
Listen here, man. She up here playing this off. She is hurting. Ain't nothing like a toothache, boy. Her tooth hurting is rotten. Yeah, it ain't hurting because she bumped it. It's got a hole in it, decay. She have to, I don't know what that Band-Aid is supposed to be doing. You hungry, can't eat, you're funky. Yeah, you could a sane man could not survive 60 minutes in the house with her. That is a fire-breathing dragon.
Oh. Shout out to Sister Ebony Dean dropping a 30 ball in the cash app. She says, welcome back, brothers. Wishing you both a great week.
Appreciate your sister Ebony. Always coming through our glistening sister.
Straight like that, straight like that, straight like that, straight.
Appreciate you, sister. Missed y'all last night. We will be back next week, though, for the Regal Rumble. Make sure y'all there.
There we go.
They're playing with people's stamps, but at least they didn't give me the Medicaid yet. They just said they don't know when they'll be back up to give it, to make a decision whether they're not going to give it to me or not. But this right here, it's kind of like a sign that they're not going to give it to me. Like, for once, I'm glad y'all think I make too much money to get these stamps, because...
So last night, while a lot of us were sleeping, Donald Trump has got the Supreme Court to pause giving out full monthly benefits for the month of November. Come on, sip a little tea with Auntie. Let's talk about it. So I know last night I made the video that in November everybody was getting full SNAP benefits. That's what it was, y'all. Donald Trump had already put in this pause, to the Supreme Court, and they ruled in his favor for right now, y'all. This is only a temporary decision. They still got other courts. They got to put their input in it. It started with one court saying, yes, you have to pay it all out. Another court was like, hold on, pause. Let's see if everybody agrees that you have to pay it all out. Some people have already started to see they SNAP benefits, and others have not, y'all. Right now, it's up in the air once again because they have chose to pause pushing out full SNAP benefits for the month of November. I know, y'all. I know the back and forth, y'all. Back and forth, back and forth. It is crazy.
And there lies the problem. Like we seen with JP, they are releasing full benefits. That's where they first went wrong. Now you're trying to bully the government when they say first they was only doing partials. And then we got to let y'all know when the money come. The state said, nah, we ain't about to let our people starve. We ain't about to let JP starve, so we're going to send him $1,000, right? He get this $1,000 and they like, whoa, because two things is true. Even once the government is back open and if EBT comes back, it will not be in this capacity. So the funding will be cut. So if JP was getting 1,000, he may be getting more like 400 or 500, right? And that's where they like, whoa, y'all don't even understand. Whatever it was, it ain't gonna be. So y'all need to just wait until we tell y'all what it is. And here we are.
There we go. You hit the nail on the head, Mr. X. Shout out to JP, man. If this is monopoly, well, Mr. X just described, this is a EBT bank error in Jay Prince's favor. He was never supposed to get that ever again. But it appears that he did, or did he? Don't know. He ain't spent it yet. Until JP spend it, my assumption is they took it back because of this confusion. Even the government, they only had enough money to cover half at $5 billion. $5 billion. I'm pretty sure these states, Mr. X, ain't got billions of dollars to put towards this.
That part. So here we go. Hit the like button.
Playing with all these people and feeding their children. I think it's just an ulterior motive to make people upset, to make people flash out, to make people go in these stores and do stuff that they know they don't got no business doing, so he can declare martial law, so he can stay in office, because he know he's so unfavored at this point that, people ready to get him up out of there, y'all. If y'all see anything in my face, just excuse me. I just got about the bed. I was trying to comb my hair and get myself together for work, y'all. But as of now, SNAP benefits for the month of November are paused until these courts can get on all in one accord and either agree with Donald Trump or not agree with Donald Trump, pay out full benefits or half of benefits. Right now, everything is up in the air. I will keep y'all posted on information as soon as I get it. Thank y'all for sipping a little more tea with IT. Bye, y'all.
Latest update on the SNAP EBT food stamps as of November 8, 2025. So yesterday, the judge's ruling allowed the government to pay several states their SNAP benefits. But then the Trump administration filed an appeal with the Supreme Court to block the government having to pay the full benefits. He asked them to have that ruling ready by 9:30 p.m. last night, and they did. So they stopped the benefits being dispersed last night at 9:30 p.m. Several states already got their benefits, which is great for them, while several others have not. And the president jumped on a plane and went.
Because it went further to the point where that judge ruled that they had to give full benefits. It went from the half to the full. So they said, to hell with that $5 million. Y'all talking about some little fun. Give the whole $9 billion right now. And then they start forking it over. And Trump said, hold on, I didn't say that. So then he went, now they stopping it. That's how JP ended up getting his whack, because he got caught in the fringe of things.
Got caught in the fridge. Now I don't know how the system worked, but I am going to imagine that the money would get dispersed to the most desperate of individuals, right? You know, if I see you got 4 kids, 3, 4, 5 kids, I would imagine funds going to y'all first. So shout out to JP and his level of desperation, got them stamps. But again, until he showed that he spent them, I shall assume that the government said, gotta be quicker than that, JP. They took it back. Because he won't report that. He was just calling us the S word. Yeah, they took it back. He's sitting back there, man. Okay, they can't do this. T-Money can't do this to me.
Golfing while millions of Americans are going hungry right now. Hopefully, the courts will not take forever to make this decision, and hopefully the rest of the payments will be dispersed. Follow, and I will keep you updated as soon as I know. Like, comment, and share this video so other people who are not aware can understand what's going on right now.
Listen, I didn't even let the thing load before I hurried up and took a screenshot. Anyway, yeah, so everybody, I just want to let y'all know, thank you for remaining positive. You know, in my comments, I probably made like 4 to 5 videos on the food stamp topic, like, you know what I mean? And so with that being said, like, we helped each other out, like, figure out what's going on. Whole time, we was going to be getting them. I'm not going to say Trump did not put up a good fight for us to not get them, but at the end of the day, we did get them. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, well, right now it says $300 and some change. Quite frankly, I had $9 and some change before I received my food stamp benefits. So that's why it's looking like a good fat old 307. And
a good fat old stop. It's poverty. All right. And she getting cash assistance. And she got the tattoo on her neck. So here we go. They give her cash.
Now, what is it saying? Your balances are correct, but we were unable to load your recent transactions. Please try again later. Something is up. Like, see, again, y'all, they kind of released them, but they not. Y'all, if I am a Bonquisha, I'm getting ready to go into the food pantry today. And until this gets figured out, because it's not figured out, this is a false alarm. Y'all, don't be sitting here going on no victory parade yet. It ain't guaranteed y'all getting them stamps.
That part. And also with the cash, this is how her baby daddy end up on the child support, because that indirectly ignites the court system. All right. So when Bonquisha say, I didn't go down to the courthouse, there's times where she can get food stamps and they may not trigger it. But if you start getting the cash, that's going to trigger the system. Somebody has to pay the cash back, the father. So that's going to ignite the child support system right there when Bonquisha start taking that cash.
There you go. A lot of folks don't know that, Mr. X. That part right there. So, fellas, again, the system is made for y'all to fail. Be careful where you plant your seed, and you ain't got to worry about this.
For my cash is $221.55. So clearly I left 55 cents only up in there. I'm just gonna remain positive. Like, why do I feel like somebody's gonna snatch my food stamps off my card? I don't know. I do keep my food stamp card locked. I'm not tripping about what this little stuff in the paragraph is saying, because that hasn't even been updated. This says 11.7. It's 11.9, honey. And this stuff right here doesn't make any sense to me. The only thing that makes sense to me is this balance right here. Anyways, y'all have a blessed Thanksgiving. You guys have a blessed New Year's. You guys have a blessed, just happy holidays to everybody. And y'all stay safe out there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure it's people that have their food stamps but still are struggling and feeding their kids. Like, it doesn't matter how many food stamps they get, they're still struggling. Like, my advice for you is to stay strong, keep your head up, and God has your back.
Food stamp snap update Sunday, November. The Supreme Court put a 48-hour pause on food stamps, which means no state is receiving food stamps at the current time. That pause is up tomorrow, so that's when I will be able to update you more. If you are anywhere and you need baby formula, comment formula below along with your city and state. If you are somewhere you completely out of food, comment your city and state below. If you are in New York City or you know someone in New York City who is unable to get to a food bank or anything like that due to a disability or anything, please DM me. I will be going to people delivering groceries myself. I love you guys so much. Be blessed. Bye.
With SNAP benefits in limbo, the federal government is now telling states that provided full SNAP benefits in the last couple days to beneficiaries that they have to undo it. Here's the news this morning. States ordered to undo food stamp benefits. States are ordered to cease issuing full food stamp benefits and to, quote, immediately undo steps taken to issue full benefits for the month of November. That's after a lower court order saying that full benefits had to be paid was stayed at the Supreme Court pending review by the First Circuit.
So there we go. Not only did they stop it, they say that 1,000 y'all sent JP, we need that back. So not only are we stopping y'all from sending out more payments, anybody you send the payment to, run that back. Yeah! JP, until you show us, you got to go out, go shopping. If JP had the money, you'd have went shopping by now. He ain't done it. I don't know.
Yes, you do. Speak up, Mr. Presidente. Huh? I received my EBT, punks. Prove it. As Bane said in The Dark Knight Rises, show us the groceries. We need to see it, Ninja. If you got that bread, you going to buy Pop-Tarts. You getting the name brand Tortillo chips, Tostitos, all that. Show us the grocery cart, Ninja.
Listen here, that got to be devastating. JP was sitting here with a cool whack doing a victory parade, and they pulled the rug from up under him. Allegedly. Not all the way confirmed. Unless he spent, you went, like the lady said, y'all should have spent them. Y'all was sitting around, I got my stamps, take my time. Man, if you seen them steps, you should have been in the store within 10 minutes.
I forgot. He couldn't. He couldn't go spend them because he didn't have enough space to put the food products he got from the pantry. So he had to wait. JP was sitting there. JP, he ain't the sharpest tool in the shed, but he can have bouts of cunningness. He was sitting there and he was like, he definitely thought it like, I need to spend these stamps. He started looking around. He said, I ain't got nowhere. I ain't got nowhere to put none of this stuff. You waited too long, JP. Now they took it back. Unless you prove us otherwise.
Court pending review by the First Circuit. I'm a lawyer, but I'm not your lawyer, but I'm also Gen X. And Gen X's theory is do whatever you want until people tell you not to. I know what I would do if my SNAP card, which I don't have, but if I did, if it were filled up with money and I heard that, I might make a trip to the grocery store and get stuff that would keep for a month. That's just me. You do you.
All right, y'all, just when we think it couldn't get any worse. About 2 hours ago, there was an update on CNN.com where Trump has told states that whatever steps they have taken to provide the full SNAP benefit, undo it. Meaning,
undo it. This goes back to what I said a minute ago, because they are laying out new guidelines, procedures. Some of these people you gave money to may not even qualify for the new program. Y'all operating off this system, it's not grandfathered in. It don't work like that. It's being overhauled. The payments will be reduced and the amount of people on it will be reduced. So they said, y'all need to wait until we tell y'all.
We told y'all one of our last shows over Truth Over Lies. This is y'all best case scenario for you SNAP benefit recipients. Okay, listen, and here's clearly. Y'all will receive y'all full benefits in a month or so, full benefits. And those full benefits are going to be cut in half from what you were getting if you still get them. That's as much, information we have in stone. That's it. That is it. This ain't good. Y'all never getting them racks again. They are trying to force y'all back to work. They're just trying to be diplomatic about it. Kinda. It's still a little raw. T-Money, like, y'all niggas gonna starve. It's wild. But shout out to Big Daddy Government.
I would say work and family. They are forcing y'all back to work and forcing y'all back into family structures. Everything's getting too far off the rails. All right. Not just for black folk, just period in the country. Even with them, they see their numbers dwindling because feminism and all this stuff. And they're like, whoa, we need babies. We need family. We need y'all to go to work. We can't, they see most of these people, getting these government aid and all this stuff. Even though there's an argument saying, all right, it's not that much of the budget. They spend more money doing this or doing that. And like we said, you can't tell them how to appropriate the funds. It is what it is.
It ain't that much of the budget. Well, from all these cries and tears on social media, it seemed like it's a fair amount of the budget. And we had a conversation, only a couple million folks will be affected. Only a couple is wicked.
to provide the full SNAP benefit, undo it. Meaning, whoever you sent the full allotment to, take it back.
JP.
He only wants those that got the allotment to get 65% of what they're supposed to get. Now, I don't know how many states are going to comply with that, but there's a chance they all might. Y'all, this is outrageous. For those of you that have gotten your full benefits, I'm not saying to panic and go out to the store and buy everything you can, but I am saying do what you got to do to.
Yes, you is. Yeah. And I'll say this, not so bad. So instead of a whack, you might get 600 to 650. Not bad, JP. Huh?
It's terrible. They were struggling month to month with that. Yeah, that was spunt, as they like to say. Now you about to take off 350, 400 off of that? Whenever they was 150 show every month, now they 500 show. You see what I'm saying? The food see, y'all don't get it. I'm telling y'all the transition. The food pantry still gonna be needed. You see? Now it's gonna be food stamps and food pantry. See, y'all done got so spoiled, the folks that depend on this, y'all had the luxury of either or. I got my food stamps. I don't need the pantry. Y'all look down on the pantry. Now it's a package deal. You want to make it now, you're going to have to take whatever food stamps they give you, and you have to rely on that pantry every month.
Not only the pantry, but the soup kitchens, the old churches. Remember back in the day, the churches used to serve hot food around noon or something. All the bums and crackheads go get food, whatever. That's about to come back. People, feeding people in the streets and the pantries and the hot foods, all that.
I would like to do that. Someday that is one on my bucket list. Find a way to give back. But I don't want to feed adults. I love the kids. I feed the kids. The parents, y'all need to figure it out. Yeah, but the babies, come on in. We'll feed y'all. Come get some soup.
Feed your family, and please be safe. But again, you guys, those that have gotten benefits, Trump is asking the states to undo what they did. Stay safe, y'all.
Day 39 of the government shutdown, and I wanted to pass along a breaking news update. Last night, the Trump administration ordered all 50 states to immediately undo any action to fully fund food assistance in America. They want SNAP benefits cut off completely. Last week, a judge ruled that partial benefits could be released to families, 1 in 8 American families that need this food assistance. Now that's not happening. The Trump administration, Department of Agriculture, even said that states would be penalized if they continued to fund any benefits under the SNAP food assistance program. So a major update there. Also here on day 39, we're looking ahead to another week of flight cuts. There's no way the shutdown is going to be resolved in the next 24, 48 hours.
And that's the thing. So the states, you say, why would they comply? Because the government still is responsible for the bread. So Trump said, y'all going to keep sending them payments out. And once the government open back up, I won't send any funding to you or very little. Play with it.
Don't play with that, Orange Ninja. Don't do it for real. This is really happening. This is not a drill. What we have been warning y'all for, I feel like decades, Miss X. It is upon us. Cold, hardcore. It's over. Watch. They've already had the food lines. It's just been kind of incognito to our folk. But I've been seeing them at the Lowe's, at the Walmart, in the parking lots. They've been doing this. It's bad. Y'all better swallow y'all pride. Ain't no time for pride and hubris. Find out where y'all nearest food pantry is and make it work.
After I tape this, and so there's definitely going to be more flight cuts. Alaska Airlines said today they've cut their flights through Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. There's going to have to be more cuts. So we're looking ahead to more of that as the FAA orders 10% flight reductions because of the shutdown. Day 39, still a major problem.
It's wild, man. They out there, the airports, all the delays and whatnot. Yeah, it's definitely something to look to. Yeah, me and my wife was looking to do some traveling here, but may get canceled. We'll see if it opens back up. Because if not, yeah, you're just sitting in the airport for an hour. You'll be there for 6-7 hours, and they're all right, the flight canceled. You might have been sitting for 6 hours. You tell me the flight canceled.
They shrug their shoulders at you. That's
and that makes sense if you are. They say it's worse when you are on them connecting flights because you stuck. But if you at home, you say, all right, I'll go back home. But if you in a connecting flight, right, you going from Chicago to Florida and you stuck in Atlanta, now you just stuck in Atlanta. You know what you gonna do?
See, you best be resourceful and be able to plan for these inconveniences. But when you Bonquisha and you on that connecting flight with your Spirit flight, and you got $2 and a couple pennies to your name. Now see, she came like, you know what? Inconveniences happen. I'm gonna go stay at a little $85 a night little motel. She ain't got it. That's the woman in it. She crashing out. She literally cannot afford to go get her room for the night. She just in the airport, funky and miserable.
While y'all hoes at home crying about some motherfucking food stamps. What them all look like. And look at Louis Vuitton. What Louis Vuitton got over there for sale? Why they standing in the line like that for Louis? Y'all think y'all could give me some money? My food stamps ain't come. I'm doing phenomenal. So be stretched. Even though y'all crying about food stamps, the world is still going on. People still got money in a line at Blue like this for Christmas gifts. Everybody don't depend on government assistance. There's people out here who really winning their life. They're not crying about how they're going to feed them little empty tummies.
So even through all her turmoil, she's been publicly humiliated about her husband. He still will come on here and troll single moms every chance she get. Peach at some high-end mall. All right, y'all see Louis Vuitton, Rolex. All right, look at my man. Peach said, I'm in the high-end mall. We shopping EBT wear.
Egregious. Peach got too much stuff going on. But salute to her. Salute to her kamikaze podcasting. She don't care. Look, Peach said, I'm going down in a blaze of glory, but you gonna see me shining, baby. I see your angle, Peach. Do your thing. Do your thing. Blaze of glory, but you're going out for sure.
He said, y'all got to feed them hungry little tummies, not her. Y'all want to laugh and joke. Even though she got 9 kids, she do not get EBT, no Section 8, none of that.
She internet hustling. I respects it. Peach is literally going down with the ship with a smile. She's singing and doing karaoke the whole time. I get it, but you delaying the inevitable, Peach. But keep going off.
And shout out to Derek. He says, let's see if they wake up and understand that SNAP might go away for the vast majority of them. Those produce fields won't pick themselves.
Ooh, they gonna have whole plans, brother Derek. Hey, your SNAP got cut off. Try this. Welcome to the avocado fields.
And I see some of these stores were even offering discounts for SNAP. And T Money stepped in and said, y'all can't even do that. So there were some stores saying, all right, we know y'all down bad. If you come in here and you got EBT, we'll give you 15% off. They sent all them stores emails said, y'all are not allowed to offer discounts for EBT.
Oh, man. Oh, man. They got a point to prove. We told you, useless eaters is what they deemed them. Here we are.
Yeah, it's my money. So if you want to be able to spend my money in your store, these are the terms. You can't be telling people, oh, you EBT, y'all down bad, 15% off. No, they're going to pay like everybody.
Gangster, very much so.
But nonetheless, here we are. That's our latest update with EBT tonight. We're going to put them in the sub.
For now.
The passengers of the doomed Titanic sub spent their last moments in total darkness looking for bioluminescent creatures out of the small window and listening to their favorite music. The new details of the 5 passengers' final moments have been revealed by the wife and mum of the father-son duo.
Wade in the water, wade in the water, diamond wade in the water. Something's gonna trouble the water. You better wade in the water. Yeah, man.
Y'all know what I say. I believe we got too far removed from nature, man. Nature always finds a way to punish the weak. And regardless of how sensitive folks are, if you rely on the government, you are economically weak. And somehow nature's going to find a way to punish you. This is it. These are cold, hard laws and rules. I believe, especially as men, we need to acknowledge and live by. Ain't nobody coming to save you. Superman doesn't exist, and the government ain't your daddy. If the government is your daddy, he that wicked stepdaddy. Mean, try to come in your room and something, man. Don't trust him.
That part. So if you're just coming in, make sure you hit the like button. Right now, we about to switch everything over. We told y'all earlier tonight, you want to be a member. All right, so we're going to test this out. Where we at here? I think you got 5 minutes. Where we at? I think 5 minutes, and it's going to switch over. There you go. And let y'all know, it says, get excited. 5 minutes until members only. Join to keep watching.
There we go. Shout out to the members only content coming in about 5 minutes. If you are not a member within 5 minutes, your screen shall go black. Only members will be able to see the rest of the show. What's the rest of the show? What are you guys going to talk about? What are you guys going to do? Huh? You got to stick around to see. I ain't telling y'all. No spoilers. There you go. See you later. Bye. Shout out to all the members, man. Don't not just be a member here. Make sure you join the Patreon as well.
That part. So for everybody that will be replay gang, we're going over to members only. And then you want to join the Patreon. That'd be the way to get all the exclusive content. Anything you don't see on YouTube. Shout out to Olawa for dropping the link. Make sure you sign up for the Patreon and join the membership.
There we go. There we go. We moving, man.
I think we gifted 10 earlier. And shout out
Money.
to Nagasaki, gifted 5 memberships.
Appreciate your brother Nagasaki.
And shout out to Izzy DeVoe, been a member 24 months. He says, and that, what he says? He said, Deuce?
That's on Deuce, OG
Oh,
Bobby Johnson.
Deuce, OG. Okay.
Shout out to OG Bobby Johnson. I got a story for that. Shout out to you, Izzy DeVoe. Been a member for 2 years. Appreciate you, man.
Straight like that, straight.
OG Bobby Johnson. And shout out to Horace, became a member.
There we go. Here come y'all come latelys.
Yeah, I'm looking in the chat. I'm surprised that some of y'all that ain't members. It's unfortunate.
Hurst the
And
heart.
shout out to Jay Rennick or Renrick, became a member.
Appreciate your brother Renrick. EV.
And like EV. Look at him. Some of y'all is egregious.
Oh, my heart, EV, brother EV.
Shout out to Dee, gifted a membership.
See you, Dee. Appreciate you.
Shout out to brother O, became a member.
Appreciate your brother O.
EV, appreciate your brother. G Honda, egregious, became a member.
Yo, wow, man.
Wicked work.
I feel like we always had to threaten y'all to become members. It took member-only content for y'all to become members. It's cool. I get it. Ninjas gonna be ninjas. We love y'all nonetheless.
EV, I don't know why your thing keep popping up saying new member. Is it glitching or what? This thing that came up about 6 times.
I know sometimes it'll keep popping up if it don't let us know when they up the membership. That happens a lot too.
Yeah, but we only got 2 levels. He sent this thing come through 5 times.
There you go. I don't know. You feeling generous, EV?
Yeah, I don't know. Shout out to EV.
Money.
Shout out to the R23, gifted 5 memberships.
There we go. Appreciate you, R. Look at that. Not only is he a member, he helping y'all.
That part.
Yeah!
And the stream will be shutting down in about 90 seconds. EV come back again.
What you doing?
Shout out to Derek. Says, do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are now controlling the transmission. We control the horizontal and the vertical.
You are now entering the Twilight Zone.
Money.
And shout out to brother Q with the 10 ball. Says, thanks for the laughs.
Brother Q, where you going, Q?
Where your membership at, Q? Y'all egregious.
Q, why don't you grab one of the no-cost ones, brother? They sending them out.
Well, it does it randomly, so. Shout out to Bronde, became a member.
Appreciate you, brother Rondé.
Shout out to brother Zeke.
Appreciate you, brother Zeke. There you go.
Shout out to Roscoe.
Appreciate you, Roscoe.
Shout out to brother Mark.
See you, Mark.
Shout out to Candy.
See you, Candy lady.
Shout out